Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome back to another Sunday. And I've got two people here, Jim, Max, and Ben. What's up, guys?
Normal. Snowing.
Normal. Yeah, I think Jim Max misunderstood me. He's like, not 5 minutes. Is like getting ready to go now. It's noon. it's it's
Well, I
noon
was
here.
getting ready just so that way I could hop on in after you shill for some money.
I don't need. Well, actually, I might need money because some shit happened over the weekend.
Let me guess, your pickup truck blew up again.
No, a truck ran into my pickup truck.
Was it Penn?
Uh, at this point, you might as well could say it was.
She could be getting even for the factor that she's off the title card. Who knows?
well, technically, so she's only been here for 2 episodes, and 3 episodes she hasn't. So
I know. So she's taken a undetermined amount of hiatus time frame on both shows.
Was it that German company decided to go after you again and did it right?
No. If it would have been me. I would have helped them.
By the way, is that episode still up?
Yes, it is. It's still running. That experiment, it's still ongoing. Nothing has touched it. I'm impressed.
They probably learned, oh shit, he's with Sparky.
Or shit, he doesn't care.
Oh shit, we can't fool him like we did everyone else. He's got brains behind him.
Yes. Jeez. There you go, Pan. See, I knew I figured you out pretty quick. I mean, it's one of those things.
Well, I'm gonna put these pictures. I gotta grab my phone to put the pictures in Discord, but give me a second.
See, that's the worst thing to do. Give us free reign for even a short period of time. Let's see here. How can we fuck this up very quickly?
Bring the bratwurst and sauerkraut.
Well, we could talk about pedos, the potential of pedos.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, hi.
We did nothing wrong.
Oh god. Alright, so I'm gonna put this stuff into TikTok.
Oh, TikTok! You gotta watch out. I mean,
TikTok.
Is that something new? Is that a new technical social media?
No, that's
I know. I'm having fun here. Jesus, Sparky. Bad enough you have something called Animu.
Animu.
Animu. Which reminds me of a different program that happened way back when. Let's how can we fuck this up? Let's go, Brandon. I guess.
Ooh, you got backed into. Or were you trying to do a Fast and Furious thing by trying to go underneath the semi?
No.
So next to where I look at, there's a Love's, and there's an open parking space that is kind of weird. I always park at. Mm-hmm. Well, you always get hotshot drivers, box truck drivers, people in Class B semis like railroad trucks and stuff like that park down there so they can go inside, eat, get whatever. I went there, parked, went inside, came back, and this is what I found.
Is this a person who backed up on you?
I don't know who backed up on me. There's apparently there are no fucking cameras out there.
They knew who it was.
The way it looks, I'm gonna have to say it was a fucking box truck or something.
Well, it can't be U-Haul because they're too far low. I was about to say this thing, so
if it was just the fender and the hood, I wouldn't care that much. But the A-pillar is actually gouged into.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, little Bondo could fix that.
Yeah, just a little spit and spackle will just buff right out. Don't worry.
Well, Sparky,
Matt.
don't you have a couple of Rangers on your property just sitting there collecting rust that you could take some stuff off of?
Well, one, the Ranger I have is a 1991 Ford Ranger. It's the complete run body style, and two, the A pillar on the Explorer is part of the sub body, so the actual sub body's damaged.
Oh well.
Yeah, almost something like that, but without the ICC bumper.
That was at a truck stop that parked next to me.
Who knows? It might be the one that fucking backed into me.
I mean. So what's going on? See, well, you need a new windshield, and your windshield track's probably thrown out.
Yep.
Oh, just put plexiglass.
So, all right. So if I discount all the damage to the A pillar on the body itself, the only thing I need to fix this is a quarter fender, a hood, and a door. That's it.
No, I thought it would be more like duct tape and some crazy glue.
No, you mean JB Weld?
Yeah. But no, a windshield, a door, a quarter fender on the front, and a hood. That's all I need. If I discount the damage to the A pillar. But with the damage to the A pillar, I really don't know. And at this point, I really don't care no more. It runs, it drives. You know what? It gives me some fucking incentive to actually get this Ford Ranger done.
Well, Sparky, if I may make a suggestion, don't bother with the windshield. Just get a piece of plexiglass. You can cut it this size. It comes already tinted just with the film on it, so you don't have to worry about that. And if that one gets damaged, you just take a piece out, trace it onto a new one, and put it all in.
Or I just don't worry about it and I just drive it as is.
Or just take the windshield out.
Or
I am not taking the windshield out.
Max that motherfucker. There you go.
Have the bomber goggles with a helmet on. It says,
Oh, God.
"I drive for safety."
Mad Sparky. There we go. We got Mad Sparky.
Oh, don't forget to have the what is it? That gray kind of spray paint to wash across your teeth for the that updated version of Mad Max. It wasn't really a Mad Max film.
No, the glitter gold spray paint on.
Yeah, no. It was chrome.
with a Care Bear on the side.
It was chrome spray paint's what it was.
Still silver, chrome, glitter. It's all good to me. I mean, if it was glittery, then you'll have a lot of people kind of questioning your sanity to a degree. A lot of women will be kind of going, "Ooh, where did you get that?"
No.
Some men will be questioning your sexuality.
No. What you do is you get rid of the helmet altogether, and you get one of those mentally challenged helmets that says, "I have fun."
Don't forget, put like one of those universally colored dildos right smack dab in the middle of it.
Glue to the right to the top.
Yes.
Big black one.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah, you're letting us drive this Ranger out into the field.
Yes.
I've already drove plenty of Rangers out into the field.
Oh.
I guess it's someone else's turn. But no, it's like I don't even fucking care no more. I came out, I seen it, and I'm like, I was not. Alright, so I was pissed, but I just looked at it as like, who the fuck cares anymore?
I ain't gonna collect insurance money on this shit, so.
Well, alright, so because of the simple fact the A pill is damaged, it'd be considered totaled. Because, like I said, that's part of the main body of the Explorer. So, there's no sense in collecting money in it. In order to clarify that it was at what it was, I had to have had a police report done to provide to insurance. I didn't do that because of
an idea.
The middle of lunch, and whenever I came back, it's like I had to get back to the shop. It's like, well, shit.
Can you drive with the windshield the way it is?
I've been driving it the way it is.
Well, what he could be doing is giving, like, because it's a Ford truck, right? On the bed, he can have it. He could pretty much set it up with a pack kind of thing, make it kind of purplish in that, and then call his Ford Dora.
God.
So basically now it's like a rock, Sparky, right?
I had a purple Ford Ranger.
Oh, yeah, a purple people eater.
There you go. See,
That's actually one of the nicknames one of the mechanics Waterworth called it.
That's any purple car that's any car that's been named purple. That was purple.
Alright, so it was a purple Ford Ranger. It had CB whip antennas mounted to the back of the cab. And it had a Transformers Autobot logo on the back of the tailgate. And one of the mechanics that I worked with a long time ago called it the Purple People Eater. No, the Gay Autobot Purple People Eater.
okay.
I think what you're all missing here is the really big point you're all missing here. Do you know what it is? That Sparky's Ford is truly like a rock now.
It hasn't sunk yet.
It still drives, so it's not like
it will now. Pretty quickly without that front windshield, it will.
The front windshield's still there. It's just broke.
It's an easy
and since Oklahoma doesn't have state inspections, I don't have to do shit with it.
I know. Because I was telling my dad, my dad's like, well, isn't the state going to be mad about how loud your exhaust is? And I go, no, we're not California. We don't care.
California and New York.
No, if I lived
Hampshire.
in Missouri, then it would be an issue because Missouri has state inspections.
Pennsylvania as well too.
I don't live in Missouri, so I don't care. Now, if I was to get pulled over, an officer could question it and go, "You need to get that fixed." They'd be like, "I'll get to it eventually."
Yeah, just put some JB Weld in the crack and just fix it.
Blue Magic will take out those scuffs.
Just tell them it's how you stylize the car.
Nothing that JB Weld and Bondo can't fix.
Just put some black ice car fresheners in there. I'll take care of it.
Some clear silicone in the crack.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm probably gonna have to do that before it starts, getting bad up here, like raining or snowing and stuff like that. Because I don't know because the channel on the A-frame is exposed now, and I don't know where that goes. I don't know if that empties out into the actual cab. It goes out. I don't know.
Oh, the fastest way to find out, we take it to a car wash.
So quite basically, Sparky is in crashed in the Furious, but
No. Basically, no. What it is Sparky has a Jeep vehicle in training. Because Jeeps leak, and I know. I had a soft top.
I do.
You could be driving down there. You could clean the back of the vehicle where the soft top is. You could get that sparkling clean. You could drive 10 miles and see those rails completely dusted again, and you never remove the top. And it's all perfectly tight.
I have a neighbor that has a new. He for the 10 years that I had first lived here, every year he would have a new Jeep of an older model. It would be a different one, and he basically they would just break down constantly, but they were easy to fix, and he could fix them himself. Is why he got them.
Yeah,
and it would just break down, and he'd go buy a new one and fix it forever. I mean, he'd buy these for like $100 or $200.
This is the reason why I own an Explorer and a Ford Ranger, because they're easy to fix and repair.
Oh, Exploder.
Yeah.
Can't you not tell that from the picture?
Well, it hasn't exploded yet. It hasn't exploded yet, so you let me guess. Do you keep Firestone tires on it?
Actually, I do.
Oh, so we're gonna have another rollover accident.
So are you gonna show some pictures of this, Sparky?
I did. It's in TikTok.
Oh, I don't do TikTok. What the fuck?
Tech. Oh god.
Tech.
Oh, tech.
Okay. Talk in the Discord.
You need to change it from Tech Talk to TikTok, and we would with your Oklahoma voice, we will be able to figure out. Oh, it's in TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Did anybody else hear TikTok and not Tech Talk?
Yeah, that's what
I referenced
Okay.
it earlier. Hi.
I wasn't here for that, so I just want to make sure. No, I'm talking about everybody in the. If there's anybody in the audience,
my name's Sparky. I'm here. I'm here to voice anonymous. I'm having a problem saying the word tech and tick.
But yeah, that's kind of one of the things that happened this week. And my work schedule is going to be changing.
Oh no! Say it's not so, Sparky.
Yeah. I'm going from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. to 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Oh, that means you can stream more.
It can, especially in the mornings or in the evenings. But there's a couple reasons why I'm going to be doing this. One, I'm starting to really get bummed out work.
I wonder why.
well, you're almost working 60 hours a week. That's going to happen to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm getting extremely bummed out, so I'm looking for a change. Two, I'm not a morning person.
You're not a morning person?
I'm not a morning person.
Say it's not so.
I'm extremely grumpy and yeah.
Dear God, I hope they're wondering. Dear God, thank God they're not going to have to worry about you going postal in there.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Sparky's lying.
I have my lying.
It's Sparky.
And two, there's a couple
did
guys.
we have two?
Well, yeah, we did have two. Three.
Three. Thank you.
Three. I am designated the shop trainer, so I'm help the other mechanics out with learning different things.
Oh,
and one of my strong suits in the shop that everyone comes to me for is electrical, computer programming, and stuff like that on these trucks. Well, I've helped day shift out enough for a period of time. They want evening shift to get some of that training experience too. So putting me on a split shift where I work half the day on day shift and half the day on evening shift gives me the ability to be able to train them.
So basically, you're becoming the shop bitch.
Well, no, he's able to use.
I've always been the shop bitch. What are you talking about?
What is going to be happening here? He'll be servicing the glory hole both in the afternoon and in the morning.
He'll be able to choose if he wants it clean or dirtied.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just watch out for black guys.
Sometimes that mysterious white guy that's really, really hung, you kind of go, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, and not only that, Captain Hook's also possibly looking for another job too. So
no, say it's not so, Sparky.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of put in the same boat I am at my job. She's the casino's missing one entire fucking shift for the cashiers. So, in order to make it up, they've been making the rest of the cashiers. Now, this is a 24/7 casino. There's only like 6 cashiers. And that's including the 2 bank people.
So let me get this straight, Sparky. Captain Hook is missing Mr. Smee to do her work. And so she's going to be leaving?
She's just getting tired of bullshit because she's having to come in like 3-4 hours early and leaving 3-4 hours late to help cover the shifts that are missing.
So why aren't you helping her, Sparky?
Because I don't work at the casino.
Oh, the casino. Okay.
No. Wait. Aren't you native there, Sparky? I thought you were obligated to do some kind of work in the casino.
Hey,
I put
welcome
my
to the
time in.
casino. Hey, yeah,
Hey,
welcome to the
I
casino.
put my time in at a casino for a year, and I also put my time in with the Cherokee Fire Dancers too. So
By working at
obligation
Sparky-
complete.
Welcome,
Sparky,
money. Here comes Sparky. Welcome, money. Here comes Sparky.
Here's the thing: Sparky does work at the casino. He just get by gambling all it, but he gives the money. Casino is the thing, you know. He doesn't really.
I mean, it is what it is, and
Not the
we
other way
will have
around.
to say, hello to a man Squatch and a Windslayer.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
hello.
that's Larry Man Squatch. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to acknowledge the other person in the room, but hello.
You already did.
When did I acknowledge the other person in the room?
Whenever you said, crap, Rogue figured me out. It's like, see, gotcha.
Oh,
I think
you didn't want to play along, did you?
No.
I think I figured out Sparky's role in the casino. He's the greeter, just like he's the Walmart greeter. Welcome to the casino. Give us your
We
money.
thought I always thought he was a fluffer.
No, I was a security guard.
No.
Pretty close, the fluffer. See, I've got to pat you down, sir. Well, that's a weird way to pat me down.
Sparky.
Hold on, friend. Yep, hold on. Oh, let me check your pockets. Oh, there's the money we're supposed to have. All right, get out.
Oh God, man, Scratch, why? The casinos have had an impact on Sparky's culture. Just ask his grandfather, cheap tumbling dice.
Oh. Ouch.
I it's better than running with snake eyes.
Well, if you bet on Snake Eyes, it's not bad.
But no, my work schedule's gonna be changing and all that good stuff. So we're gonna try that for a period of time, see how it works out.
Mm.
Because
They don't work out fine.
they don't want to move me completely to a different ship because they still want me on day shift to help out. So
Does this mean that Sparky's skin color is red, not black?
I've
I'm
always thought
only
it was red.
I'm only red when I go outside without a shirt on for a period of time in the summer.
And you remember, you try not to bet on black most of the time.
Hello, Uncle Roulette.
Yeah, but now with the Explorer being damaged now, it's like fuck, whatever. I'm gonna be working a little bit more on the Ranger to get it back up and going. I still gotta put the fucking engine back together in it, and it's like
And how long ago was it? How long ago was it?
a year and a half.
I think it's rusted, so you need to re-clean it. Here comes another year.
No, I actually go out there every week with a can WD-40 and spray all the parts down. So
Do you light it on fire?
no, I just let it sit. It's not rusted or anything like that. It's everything. Actually, I still gotta finish cleaning the block, the cylinders, and the pistons and stuff like that. I've got it down to just the short block, and I haven't done anything else besides that. I still need to take the pistons out, clean the pistons, do new cross hatching in the cylinders, cleaning the crankshaft, putting the new timing gears and stuff on it. And there's a couple other things I was gonna do to it, but it's like I don't know if I want to do that now. I think I'm just gonna put it back together stock. Even though I got all the fucking performance parts I need to fucking build the engine the way I want, I think I'm just gonna put it back together stock.
So are you going to add a turbo to it? Are you going to...
You're not going to do some underlighting or anything like that,
Underglow.
No, not
maybe change the spandex, suspension, so it gives a nice balance when you throw a good amount of beats behind it. I mean, I don't know.
Big set of truck nuts.
Hydraulics,
13-inch Dayton wire wheels.
OLED screens, especially in the dash.
What is this? Pimp my Sparky's ride?
No, it's de-pimp. It's already been de-pimped.
That's the way my fucking Purple Ford Ranger was before it got wrecked.
I'm starting to sense a pattern here. Whenever you get a Ranger, it always ends up damaged or in pieces.
Basically, all he needs to do in the future is dress him up as a black, his vehicles as a black Power Ranger, and he'll be fine.
You're not wrong.
It became damaged throughout the entire series for the the first batch of Power Rangers.
I think the funny thing about this is that the only difference between Sparky's vehicle and an actual Pimp My Ride vehicle is that a Pimp My Ride vehicle hasn't broken down within 5 seconds of being fixed or caught on fire.
True.
Oh well, yeah. There was actually a lot of lawsuits about that, wasn't there?
Yeah, basically, what would happen is when they would stop filming a episode of Pimp My Ride, the people would they would go back in and take everything out.
Yeah.
And there was even an instance of one of the vehicles, a classic car, caught on fire just after they got done shooting. So
yeah,
a lot of
take all the video cameras and stuff out.
No, what they would do is anything that they would put in there, they would do it for the episode, and then once the episode was done, they would just take it all out. So I mean, you're looking at a shit box that would probably be about $500
worth of work.
No, a car would totally be about $5,000, about $500. They would probably add about maybe $20,000-$30,000 into it just for the TV show over 6 months of getting worked on, and then once they were done finishing the shoot, which they were told, hey, X is going to be here, act crazy. Hey, this is your vehicle, act crazy. Then once they were done doing the shoot, they would basically take the car back in, take everything out, and hand it to them.
And so the only thing that would be done is the body work and the interior, and possibly fix the engines and stuff like that, right?
Possibly
on the Trick My Car stuff, yes.
And but so all that other stuff would be removed.
Trick My Truck wasn't like that. I can tell you that right now.
No, Trick My Truck, because those people lived in the truck. This was just Southern California. A lot of the stuff was Southern California.
Yeah.
And
anyways,
so
this was my my original Ford Ranger I had. The second one,
it's really tricked out there, buddy.
Yeah, the second one I owned, and yeah, this is it's been like this for about 4 years in the pit. But what ended up happening is I was driving downtown, and where I live at now, and there's a
pothole.
No, it's not
sinkhole.
No. This is me getting turned into by a Ford Focus.
Yeah, I thought it would be something about flooding related, because your plot of land tends to flood every now and then. Don't know.
No.
Your old plot of land.
Well, the truck is on that plot of land.
See.
What ended up happening was I was driving down it was November 3rd, I believe is when it was, 2016. Driving down the road, it was nighttime, and as I'm going down the road, there's a Ford Focus that comes into the turning lane to turn. Well, instead of waiting to turn, come in, stopping, waiting for oncoming traffic to stop, they just whip in and turn. And when they do, they turn right into, where the rail's missing at.
Okay.
I'll put it you like this. I was able to, on 3 wheels, limp the truck off the road.
Okay.
Before it finally died, because when it did that, it broke the wheel off and smashed in the floor panel. So I had no throttle and I had no clutch, and it's a standard. So with what little momentum I had left, I was able to get off the road. That car, and I wish I took pictures of the car. That car looked like they hit a fucking brick wall.
Oh yeah, that's how new cars are made.
Yeah.
I mean, hell,
they have crash points for a reason.
Yeah. Well, so the only damage that it did to the truck was quad fender bumper. It broke. I broke the fucking mirror out, the window out, because trying to get into the truck at the yard, somebody locked the fucking door, and the ignition key was still in it.
Would that person be Sparky?
No, it had been the fucking tow truck driver. And so I ended up having to break the fucking window out to get in it. And besides that, and breaking like the hub, the spindle, the brakes, the I-beam axle, that's all it did to the truck. Basically, the way I figured it out, around $1,800 and a lot of fucking time and work, I could have had this truck back up and running. I just didn't put the fucking time and money into it.
I'm kind of leaning towards Windslayer's story here. Too much firewater.
Too much firewater.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. All right, look. The front of the fucking vehicle's not damaged. It's the side.
Yeah, well, I mean, trees kind of hit things very weirdly. No.
Well, if you're claiming there's no damage on it, correct? Look at the back. Look at the back driver's side fender. It's gone.
Question: Did you see your tire go ahead of you, or
I didn't know the fucking tire was gone until I got out of the fucking truck.
Because I remember when I felt my tire go brrr, and I was like, "Oh god, there goes the tire!" And then, sure enough, I saw the tire driving alongside of me, going forward, and then bouncing through 5 lanes of traffic on this highway, and then bounce over the bridge. And I'm like, how am I still on 3 wheels? I'm like, okay, I got to pull off to the side now, and somehow through 3 lanes of traffic.
Yeah,
I pulled
but no,
off.
it's. I mean, so I had the truck for about 4 or 5 years, and then 2020 came around, and I got the offer for the Ford Ranger I got now, the silver 1991, and the guy only wanted $500 for it. Yeah, it has some engine work. It needed done. I didn't know how extensive the engine work was. That's one of the gambles you take by buying a used vehicle. But it was a 4.0, not a 3.0. Yeah, it was automatic. I wanted a standard, but it's like whatever. I can use a pickup truck, so it's like okay, $500. I put this truck online for $500, and within 2 weeks, I had somebody coming down. And they bought this Ford Ranger for $500. And I took that money, I turned around, and I bought the other Ford Ranger.
Did they demand their money back?
It was come as was. And I already had papers signed up and drafted that it was come as is. This is a direct sell trade on title. I yanked all the identification off the truck, the license plates and stuff like that. All the paperwork. And made them sign paperwork that was notarized stating that they have so long to get everything transferred over into their name, and if they don't, it's no longer my responsibility. Because I know how some of that shit goes.
Yep.
And then the first Ford Ranger I ever had, which I don't have pictures of it, was a 4-cylinder standard blue 1993 Ford Ranger, and yeah, I
without the floodlights.
it had floodlights on it too.
Okay.
And I foo-board that one up. So,
were you trying to tow your home to another location?
No. No,
I'm thinking what he's doing is trying to make.
I ran into a school bus.
Was it a magical school bus?
No, it was the Votech school bus.
Oh.
Was it painted black?
No, it was painted yellow. So,
was it a short bus?
No, it was a long bus. No, the way the Votech is, at the Votech Center I went to, there's 2 different buildings. And where the buses start out, they start out in the very back.
Are you saying Robotech or Votech?
Votech.
Okay, I thought you were saying Robotech.
Vocational Technical Institute.
Yeah,
Votech.
I know, but it sounds like you're saying Robotech.
Votech.
Sorry, I have to make sure.
Oh, wow.
Anyways,
is old.
The buses start off at the back, and there's a long drive that goes around that then the buses pull up to the front, and people load up that's in the front building up on the buses. Well, I drove to Votech. And whenever I left, I the buses left before I did. Well, so I really don't pay attention going around the corner because of the simple fact of I know for a fact these buses don't stop there. They do not stop. They keep going because there is no stop. There's no pickup point. So there's no reason for them to fucking stop. Well, I go to ground to grab something and the boss stops in the middle of the fucking road. Because apparently there's a kid running across saying, hey, you forgot me. You forgot me. So
Okay.
it stops. I don't see it. I keep going, and I nail the fucking tow hook on the back of the bus. I was only going 10 miles an hour. And
basically, what
it
you
breaks,
wanted was a
it
free
breaks
ride.
all the fucking it breaks all the fucking mounts on the engine, the transmission, shoves the engine forward about 3 inches, bashes in the front of the truck. Yeah.
And Sparky has to explain to his parents how he destroyed a Ranger. with a bus.
Children, this is how I met your mother.
This is how I
Oh
met my
no,
mom.
that got turned into a big ass fucking ordeal. The fucking state police were there. There was an investigation. What fucking happened? And at the end of the day,
Sparky had to bend over, pull his pants down, bend over, and take
no.
it like a man.
Actually, no, nothing. I didn't get charged with anything. I didn't get no tickets because the simple fact of the bus had no reason to stop there. The bus driver got a ticket because when he stopped to pick up the fucking kids, he didn't put any of his fucking lights on.
It's still you want to see it from trying to do something.
So it's like, okay.
I'm starting to sense a trend with you and tow trucks.
Tow trucks? You mean?
No, it's more human Fords at the moment.
Yes.
Floorboards.
I'm just seeing a connection between the tow trucks and Sparky's area versus mine. I think they work for the same company.
It's quite possible.
But no, that was my little experience this weekend, and it's like whatever.
My tow truck company's motto around here is, you fucked up your car, we'll fuck it up worse.
Yeah, I think every tow truck company's like that. Because the damage on the side, what you were seeing on the bed of the Purple Ford Ranger, yeah, that wasn't there. That wasn't because that was because the tow truck company. And the reason why it was because the tow truck company is because whenever they went to go put the vehicle on, instead of making sure the truck was screwed up the vehicle, it was like half on, half off the truck. And where the bed was is where it was laying on the fucking railing of the damn tow truck. And I'm like, don't damage it more. And the tow truck driver was like, it's totaled anyways. It's like, no, it's... Alright, so the insurance company might total it, but it's not told.
Parts.
Yes, it's like, I can use it for parts, or I can rebuild it myself.
I was about to ask if you still had that truck, and then because that's a perfect truck candidate, because they get the doors off there, spray paint them white.
Yeah, well, the problem is I don't have that truck no more because I sold it to buy the other Ford Ranger. And the shit thing was I bought another one from a friend just to get the engine out of it. And that's all it was. I bought it to get the engine out of it because there's a 3.0 engine like this one. I was going to rebuild it, put in this one, and rebuild the engine that came out of this one. And the shit thing is 3 weeks before that fucking accident, I sold that parts truck because I got everything off of it that I needed. The engine, the transmission, stuff like that. I parted it out, sold the parts. I mean, I bought that truck for like $300 and I made like $1,600 in selling parts off of it.
Sparky, I found your tow truck, your towing company in your area. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
I think
But,
that you may have to just.
Yep. No.
start-
That's absolutely true, especially down the road I live. But
I was kind of going to refer to the fact that you might want to make a whatever leftover of your vehicle there. Maybe make a, I don't know, some kind of armor that's powered somehow.
But no, it's like I sold that Ranger 3 weeks before the accident, and it's like if I wouldn't have sold that Ranger, I could have got all the suspension parts off that one and not had to spend anything to fix the purple one. So yeah. And whenever I went to go ask the guys, like, "Hey, you still have that truck?" And it's like, "No, we already took it to the scrapyard." It's like, shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I came in before the stream, and there was talk about a certain case that's been going on in Wisconsin, and who wants to talk about that?
I thought you were going to be referring to a terminally old man in the UK being pummeled to death because he dared show his ass for a speed camera. But if we're going to go,
what?
Oh no, I heard about that one. No, I heard about that one.
Yes. So there's a
And
terminally
what
old dude.
What was it? It was part of
This
his
one
bucket
actually
list or
sounds more
something?
interesting, Sparky. Let's go with this one.
So
We'll
there's
go
a
with that
terminally
one.
old. So there's a terminally old dude who found out that he's going to be dying soon. I figure what kind of disease that he has. So he created himself a bucket list. And what's on the bucket list that he thought was very doable and caught his eye was to moon at one of those, speed cameras that they have at the corners and that. So he ended up doing it and thought it was proud. But apparently somebody took offense to his ass, apparently. And so there was at least 6 officers that politely came to his house, arrested him, and then somehow he ended up in the hospital.
Beaten to near death?
Possibly, but yeah.
God.
All because he dared to show off his
Derriere to the cops who probably the most exciting thing they've seen in a while. The problem is they hated it because they liked it.
Probably.
Well, wasn't there a guy over there in Europe that snuck up to a vehicle, one of the police vehicles that was doing radars, and took the license plate off of that speed camera, mobile speed camera, put onto his, and did like 100 kilometers over the speed limit in front of that?
Yes, there was.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he got beaten to death too, didn't he?
No, it's got something like an ongoing thing that's happening over there, which is quite fascinating.
Yeah, you don't prank the police over there because, they like to abuse their power.
Oh yeah,
Go figure. They like to arrest people who make fun of Nazis too, which is better. We're calling them dogs and shit, Hey.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a fascinating world that we live in. I mean, and it doesn't get any better.
I just find it funny that they they want to arrest people for making fun of them. It's almost like the guy who got arrested in China for referring to their police as dogs.
Well,
Similar.
I mean, they are the hounds of the state for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
hell, you can't even watch Winnie the Pooh over there in China, anyways.
you know why the cops found Dankula's video so offensive? Because they like the Nazis. They're similar to the Nazis and they know it. So, they thought he was making fun of them too. So
Isn't Count Dankula, isn't he like a communist or something like that?
he was.
He was. He's no longer really. He's more.
And he admits that it was a stupid part of his fucking life.
Well, the thing is,
he's more of a capitalist now.
Here was the funny thing. He said at the time it made sense but then these new people came in and it really wasn't good. It was actually, it's like the communism you're seeing now. He was more into the socialist part of making it more equal and the rights of people more equal of communism, which never works out. And he admits to that now, but I could see where he was coming from. He was young and the older guys were getting pushed out and they were more of I don't want to say fair. I don't know him personally, but he saw them as, and then these new people were all about the power.
Well, I mean,
And that's why he got out of it.
and
But
plus,
then he basically changed his whole mind when he saw capitalism and that he could make money because just for making a Nazi bug film, they made him more famous by arresting him. And that was their first fucking mistake. That was Britain and Scotland's first mistake. Is he is now more popular because they arrested him, not because if they just left it alone, it would have been like, haha, that's funny.
Yeah.
Now instead, it's oh my god, this is absolutely fantastic, hilarious. Because how the police reacted to it, not so much the video.
Well, didn't he once he made the video? Didn't he not realize how popular it was going to be when he realized it?
All right, time. So here's the thing. He made the video, and the video was only meant to be shown. He did not post it.
Right.
He did not post the video anywhere. He made the video to fuck with his wife, and that's all it was to piss off his girlfriend at the time. And one of his friends posted the video.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
And that's kind of what the charge they got him on. You offended your wife. How dare you?
Even though the wife was like, I didn't really find it that offensive.
I just thought it was funny. Here was the thing, though. The thing is, the video was kind of popular. It was like within, you had about 10,000 people who saw it. Thought, haha, funny. When he got arrested for it, the whole fucking world saw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's that's what happened.
And then they laughed.
Here was the funny thing. The funniest thing about this is he's like, when the cops came to his house, he thought he had weed on his table, on his coffee table, literally just sitting out there. And they didn't even see. The cops didn't even see it. It was out there for everybody to see, but they just ignored that completely, and they arrested him for an offensive thing.
And the funny thing is that I watched when he reviewed his own documentary, and he was talking about how him and a couple was talking with a couple of Jews, and they didn't even show that, but yet they showed that one Irish a comedian who just blamed him for everything, and he just didn't want to shake his hand, didn't want to do this.
Oh, that was hilarious. Well, the thing is, that Irish guy, he's not a comedian. He is not fucking funny at all. He's like, I am a non-offensive comedian. Well, then what fun?
You are not funny.
You're not good. What good are you? No, you're not funny. It's like, what good are you?
And then they showed that one comedy place. They're like, well, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. If you want to have the audience, you have to have the permission, you have to do this. And that one comedian who's a friend of his is like, shit.
That place closed down for the most part.
Any place that has those kind of rules do not stay open.
Yeah, I think they went bankrupt or they changed whatever they were, but they're no longer a comedy place because you can't survive on that. The English love offensive humor.
Oh yeah, it's like
their culture is built on that.
No, I'm sorry. Every country around the world thrives on offensive
humor. That's why I love listening to old Andrew Dice Clay, especially his nursery rhymes.
Yeah. Hickory Dickory Dock.
Yeah.
It's itself, people.
But no, now that we talked about that one, let's talk about the clusterfuck that is Kyle Rittenhouse lawyers. Well, one lawyer.
I'm going to say this again. I said this to Rogue. I think the DA and the defense had a bet who could fuck it up the worst and still win.
Jeff Vesey is the only one that's pulling this fucking case along, including with Kyle himself.
The only one that's actually pulling this case along is the judge, and at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Kyle's gonna get a charge, most likely a lesser charge. He's still going to face some degree of penalty. So I'll be impressed if he's actually let off.
And here's the thing. It really does depend because I guess you can call it the panel of lawyers now.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in my life. I guess this Kyle Rittenhouse case it got all of the lawyer YouTube community together. It's funny watching 12 lawyers,
Left and right. It was hilarious because
left and right talk about this and basically calling out all the fuck ups like object, what are you doing?
well, even the left was like, "Why aren't you objecting to Kyle's?" When the DA was questioning, okay, I would have objected to that if I was defending Kyle. Even the left said that, and it's like, what the hell? This was so incompetent on both sides.
You can tell how fucking sleazy the fucking the prosecutor is because at the first when the case came out, they were hinging on the fact of the possession of a deadly weapon charge. Well, now apparently that charge is not gonna be relevant now.
Yeah, but it's already been dismissed from the case.
Well, no, time out.
Yeah.
Time out. It has technically not been dismissed yet. It's going to Monday.
Maybe.
Oh, no, it's going to Monday. The judge even said so. It's not on the docket yet.
They just didn't have time at the end of the day to do it.
They didn't even go to a full fucking day.
Yeah.
It's got to be put on the docket when they explain it to the jury. So, and what it is, it's the exact same thing I think I argued way back when this fucking case came out. It's like AR-15 is a long-barreled rifle. Kyle Rittenhouse is 17 years of age. He does not have to be for hunting anything because hunting is a statute included for people underneath the age of 16. They have to complete a hunter's course. Does not state that you have to intentionally be hunting, even though he was hunting for pedophiles.
You don't need 30 rounds to go hunting.
Bullshit, having many.
More pedophile!
It depends! It depends. I'm a bad shot. Sue me.
Depending on how big the round is, a bad shot will still end up being good.
But the thing is the gun charge is irrelevant to Kyle because he's 17. It's a long-barreled rifle.
It's not his.
I've got a question.
What?
Did they measure the actual rifle?
That's here's the thing. That is the burden of proof for the prosecution, and the judge even stated that.
No, I know, but again, it comes back down to if it was never mentioned, it was never contested, which is unfortunately from both sides.
Yeah.
This kind of goes back down to the jury, and the jury's not going to really care about.
No, it's not because the judge even said it's going to be dismissed from the record. Because the fact is, the burden of proof to prove that the long barrel rifle is not a long barreled rifle, because you cannot buy a short barreled rifle in the state of Wisconsin, and it was proven that the gun was bought in Wisconsin, and there is paperwork stating that it is a long barreled rifle. It's up to the burden of proof for the prosecution to prove that it's not a long barreled rifle, and they didn't do that.
Again, this will be up to a jury to decide, not a judge.
As a matter of law, it is up to a judge. Because if it's a matter of law...
again, the jury already tampered.
Yeah.
The moment you mention anything...
But if they don't have that charge to fucking go against...
No, if they don't have... It doesn't matter if they don't have that charge. It's still going to be on their thought process.
Yeah, that's the problem. The judge is already going to say there's going to have to be a mistrial of prejudice because everybody fucked up.
Several prejudices, especially the fucking DA. Oh my god, I love the DA.
The DA has jury tampered, has witness tampered, has basically questioned the Fifth Amendment rights of somebody, which they're not allowed to do, is completely illegal, and told if you do that, there's a chance you're going to lose your license. You know,
that is a quite possibility, but again, that is beyond what we're talking about here. Realistically speaking, we are talking about a 17-year-old, 18-year-old child that may or may not have to do a pretty good amount of time in jail.
5 years, 3 to 5 years, and even then, his life's going to be pretty ruined.
Hey, regardless, I want to share.
Oh, his life's ruined if he gets off at this point, because you can tell that kid has PTSD. I looked at that kid, I was when he was on the stage, I was like, oh yeah, you have PTSD.
Yeah, I'm going to share this because I love watching this, and I haven't seen it.
You know, I can't go after Kyle was on the stand. I can't watch any more of it. Because
no. This part, because this is during Kyle was on the stand. It's funny to fucking watch. I love watching the judge go off. I just love watching it. So I'm gonna play this.
It means nothing at this point, Sparky.
Yeah,
I know, but still, I love watching it.
He knows he can't go into this, and he's asking the questions. I asked the court.
This is the only time they objected, and there were like 100 times they could have objected.
I'll be asking for mistrial with prejudice. He's an experienced attorney, and he knows better.
Again, this will have no bearing or relevant to.
This was the subject of a motion. I'm
the
well
jury.
aware of that.
For the most part, they really didn't get a chance to see it.
For me, not for you.
Yeah, they may have heard it, but again, they didn't see it.
You should have come and asked for reconsideration. You did on the one motion, and in fact, I granted your motion for reconsideration.
Oh, I guarantee you they saw it now because it's out there. There's no way you can miss it.
No, and that's the problem right there. I mean, all of this being the way it is on social media is going to be seen by both sides of whatever jury pool that they picked.
I said
they should have turned the cameras off during this
denied it.
Well, yeah, it should have been just turned off completely. No, they decided to let that fucker roll. But also have to take into consideration that they drew the actual jury. Who's to say they didn't get all left-handed retards?
I was astonished
good.
when you began your examination.
I mean, because you're talking about a state that does have a pretty good wide range of political motivated individuals.
Yeah, it's a fairly balanced politically ranged state, honestly, but more than likely, it's bad. It's bad.
So I don't know what you're up to.
I don't see this going well for anyone.
We filed another acts motion on this exact issue.
I don't see it going
it
well.
It is
for
identical to what was going on the night
drafted
of August
for that
25th,
area.
in the sense that the defendant was using
I see it going fine because right
exact
now
same weapon.
it is cold as
He was
fuck.
using it in a manner to try and protect property.
They are going to have riots.
Your Honor, with all due respect,
and depending on
That's absolutely untrue.
rules set that they have to go with. They may have a standing down order.
Ruled as I did is of record.
Just because they're
There's
physically
nothing that I heard in this
different.
trial to suggest that anything's changed. Even if you're correct
Depends on
in
what
your
their
assumption that you know more than I did
orders
at the time, you should have come to
for
the court
doing
and
it.
say, I
But
want
that
to
is
go
the
into
most
this.
important.
Why you would think that you could go into it without any advance notice to the court, I don't
Well, not really. I'm
understand that. And
reserved.
as
I'm not
the,
National Guard.
No, but still.
It's different. It's slightly different. It really is because National Guard. Right now, National Guard have it the hardest they've ever had it because they have to deal with they were better off in Iraq than they were here in the United States because they really putting armed troops onto the street, even though they're not the state's guards, does not work out well because they have no power. They actually don't. My guess is none of them even had rounds chambered or anything in their weapons.
Correct.
While they were deployed into the states.
I actually think they have less. They have less ability than an actual armed citizen. Technically,
yes, they actually do. The thing is, if they shoot, they better be shooting
Kyle,
somebody that's pointing a gun at them or has already shot them.
Kyle has more
rights than the National Guard.
More rights than what the National Guard does.
Which is when they put them on the street, I was like, that's a bad idea. Unless you're going to give them power to actually shoot people, that's a bad idea.
I loved the DA's round of questioning, and it's like, why are you putting out fires there? Shouldn't you call 911? Sir.
They should have
911 got the balls cut off because the whole Jacob Blake thing. So what good would it have done?
Before the thing is, the judge had him on the ropes there, but when he gave the DA time to have break for lunch, which they shouldn't have, they should have basically just fucked the DA over for a good hour or two.
Yeah.
And then been like, "You're fucked. You can't do that," because it gave the DA, instead of being lunch, the DA had time to like restate why he was doing that, and he did come out with but he had changed his answer so much again that it was like, "No, you're lying. You literally just changed your answer from here. It was just here."
Yeah.
All right, so,
But either way, it broke him down.
Well,
It broke the DA.
there's still hope. There's still hope.
Not much.
The
There was
provocation
more
judge-
hope before. There was more hope.
There was more hope before he actually took the stand.
Yeah.
If Kyle had not taken the stand, this would have been over.
The one, I think
Even the judge was like, "If you make him, the judge was like, literally saying, don't make him take the stand. He's got this case. Don't make him take the stand." "Oh, we're absolutely fine." They were smiling, having him. I was like, "Oh my god, they don't even realize they're fucked now."
The one thing that's going to get Kyle, and it's one frame along with the still frame picture, even though it's a fucking car mirror, not an AR-15 that's being shown.
Yeah.
The two things I gotta get him is the fact of the making the claim that he raised his gun up for what, a 1/10 of a second?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It was funny sitting there watching him point out to the judge, like, "Where's Zemeski at?" And it's like, well, Zemeski is well, you can't really see. I think that's Zemeski. It's like, you think? You're bringing this up saying you think? And it's like, really? Did we have any testimony on this? No, we had a cop come in and testify that he saw a gun, even though he can't, he wasn't there to witness a gun being drawn. So it's like the testimony itself it's done. But it's gotta be for that aspect and the aspect that Kyle said of, yes, I knew Rosenbaum wasn't armed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be those two factors that's going to nail him if it's going to be anything. Now, can you say that Kyle was getting flustered by the DA? Yes. Technically, badgering should have been called into that one.
Yeah.
Especially to
Not
that
only
whole
badgering,
line of questioning.
Yeah, there should have been badgering called multiple times. His lawyers sat there like they were helpless, and I was like, "Why? You're not helpless. Object." Everybody was saying,
helpless. Say something.
Even the non-trial lawyers.
Object.
Even the non-trial lawyers were like, "Object." There were non-trial lawyers. Even the left was like, there were people on the left who were recording that. Why aren't they objecting? Object. I mean, it was like, because they felt, here was the thing, at one point they felt sorry for Kyle, like, why aren't you objecting?
All right, so here's
oh my god.
So here's the thing. The trial's not done yet. We're going to closing arguments next week. And it's got to be, if I remember right, the jury is going to get the set of jury instructions of how to rule on the law before the closing arguments. So the jury's got to get those closing, they're going
to get about 45 minutes of instructions. They're going to be facing at least, give or take, let's see, 2.5, at least 5 hours of final statements, and then
I don't know,
however it takes it for them to
and
come
I don't
to a
know,
final conclusion.
And I don't know. This was kind of unknown to everyone. I've heard two different stories. It's got to be the prosecution is going to give their argument, and then the defense got to have a chance to rebuttal. And I don't know if the prosecution's going to be able to come in and rebuttal the defense's rebuttal, or if it's just the two.
No, that's why they have a 2.5 hour for half hour for rebuttal, and 2 hours for at least sizing up their case.
Yeah. So it really does depend, because this DA is ballsy, and he's
or
really
retarded.
Well,
he's ballsy. He's
ballsy. He's not retarded. Was it retarded of him to say that? Yes, it was, and I think he was trying to sneak it in, because if you don't catch it. And the only reason why I caught it is because the defense finally objected to something. That's it, and that's when that was
the only thing they objected to.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which it could come down to this: it's like, The judge can still acquittal. The judge has the ability to acquittal before or after the jury comes back.
Mm-hmm.
This judge, I guarantee it, this judge doesn't think Kyle did anything wrong.
It doesn't matter if it comes back down to mistrial or acquittal, they do have a potential of retrial.
Yeah.
Unless it's dismissed with prejudice.
Unless it's dismissed with prejudice. And it could very well be because of the fact of the DA poisoning the well on this.
The DA has poisoned the well severe, like on 3 counts. Literally, it should have been dismissed already because of what the DA did.
Yeah.
So
you have
it could
jury tampering.
And it could be for the simple fact that the judge is wanting to go through the entire process and see what happens and see what the DA does. Because I really think, because a lot of this trial, from what I've been listening to it actually looks like the judge has been fishing with the fucking DA. It really does seem like that.
I'm pretty sure this judge has already brought a case, is already preparing a case against the DA for his license, essentially.
Yeah.
Bar.
Well, anyone can bring up the defense, Kyle, anyone, the witnesses, anyone can bring up bar complaints against the DA. That's
well, if you look how this judge is reacting to this case, how the other big thing in Minnesota was with that judge, you can tell the fact that this is truly a no-nonsense judge playing it straight, rather than the other judge, which was just, I'll let it slide, I want nothing to do with it. This seems like a judge that wants to cut it right down the line. If you fuck up, you fucked up.
But he's also being very lenient too, so it's really unknown. And I really do think that the judge is baiting the DA. I really think he is. I think it's all got to depend on the closing arguments. And it really depends, because I really do think the DA is going to try to bring up the fight Kyle had. I think he's going to try to sneak that in there. I think he's going to try to bring up the Fifth Amendment issue again, knowing him. Because in his mind, he didn't do anything wrong. So I think he still thinks he has grounds for that. And I really think it really depends on what the DA tries to take it and what the judge's got to do. And I think the judge is really hoping on the jury to come to a not guilty verdict. And I really think, and this is my belief. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, this is my belief. Just saying.
No, I get it, but I would not.
I would not hope on it.
For a jury that has been lottoed. Yeah, no, I would not.
Yeah, but you can also look at it like this, because the judge does have the ability to ask the jury certain questions, and those certain questions can levy the judge into thinking, well, not thinking, but into seeing, okay, has this jury pool seen anything other than what has been presented to them? Or have they seen outside sources?
But it's hard to
determine, especially if they say no and they're going off of an emotional response. Keep in mind that that's a big thing.
True, but
like I said before,
all right, time out. So here's the thing: we've been watching this case. Well, I know I have. I've been watching every fucking day of this case and listening to it. But we've been listening to it with the jury in the room and without the jury in the room. And there's been a lot of shit. Yes, that is the problem. But here's the thing. The judge knows that too. And how it comes down to, if the judge levies his questions correctly and knows what happened, it's very easy to get a jury to go, well, what did you think about this? And if they're not remembering, oh, we wasn't in the room at the time, and they answer to it, there you go. It's very easy to catch somebody in a lie like that. Because like I said, we've been watching it with and without the jury. And there's been a lot of shit levied without the jury in there. So if the judge comes up, well, what did you think about this? Or what did you think about this? Because they're going to have to go through a series of questions before they go into the back. Because that's one of the vetting processes, to make sure that these guys did or did not see anything outside what they were supposed to see.
Okay, and then it comes back down to the original question. What if they didn't? And we're looking at a complete jury that has been drafted that are extreme leftists that are going to be penalizing this kid based off an emotion.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, that's no time out. No,
See, this is
time
my
out.
focal points here when it comes down to this.
And you're missing the point, Rogue.
No, I'm not.
No.
No, he's missing the point because they answer yes to a question that they was not supposed to know anything about.
And I'm saying to you, what if they clear? The judge accepts them for what they are. They're in the jury now. All 12 of them, or extreme leftists.
That. We don't.
You don't. That's what I'm saying. You are beating. You're betting on the factor that they're going to be logical and vote this kid, innocent.
No, I know that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the questioning that's going to be levied to the jury is going to be probing questions to find out. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Have you listened to anything to the facts or not?
I am saying if they pass all those fucking probing questions.
Yeah, and it's got to be if they pass. And yes, if they pass, okay, you got a point. The problem is, I guarantee the fucking jury's been half asleep when the fucking DA's been up, so...
At the end of the day, the jury's already made their mind. That's the problem here. It doesn't matter how much evidence you put in front of them. They've already made up their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that you add on to it either will be rejected very quickly outright, or B, strengthen in their conviction on what their mindset is.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go into an arbitration, then it comes a completely different combination here. Because now they all have to come to an agreement in order for it to be one way or the other.
God damn it, man, Scratch.
What man's what say?
Look
what
at
he
Got
memes.
a couple of memes in the back office or in the meme section.
Well, that makes sense. Well, yeah. God, this case has made me smoke more than I've ever smoked in my life.
Well, in this case, should have never been in any sort of social. This should have never have been seen by anybody. This should have been in,
and
like every other case, ignored.
It should have been without
this case should have been done behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm. This has become a politicized.
Yeah, this should have been a closed door case.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
But
because
the DA,
the DA did open up the fucking door and say that this is a political case.
Unfortunately, he is right in this case. It has become a political case.
But this whole case has been fucked from the beginning. The second they publicized this case, it should have been dismissed.
Yeah.
Actually, any of the like several cases that have been publicized that are political should have this year been fucking behind closed doors. And the ones that were done behind closed doors that were similar to this and others went fine.
And
they had no problems. You didn't even hear about it.
And here's the thing. And I'm going to sound a lot callous whenever I say this. So just keep that in mind, everyone. So I can see this going three ways. And I think it's the same three ways everyone else can see. He'll get dismissed of all charges, which is very unlikely. He'll get the lesser charges. And then if he does get the lesser charges, he can then go on appeal about that. I don't know how well that'll go, but I can see it.
Well, since he went onto the stand, they could use that against him now.
Yeah,
and it won't go well at all.
All I see it as this is either going to be leading towards a solid conviction in either way, or some form of mistrial. Hung jury is also
Uh-huh.
kind of put in the same
I think
factor.
I think hung jury's got to be more most likely.
No, but again, it still kind of puts it with the same vein of the mistrial. Even a hung jury would be considered a mistrial because, again, it has created a polar effect, and there is no way for the juror that they have currently to come to a full conclusion that is going to be 100% either way. And that's what I see going forward. Kyle's going to be very lucky if he gets some form of commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a mistrial is most likely. But in the off chance, and I'm just gonna say this right now, if it is an off chance he is found guilty of all those crimes, I think Black Lives Matter and Antifa should go back to Kenosha and burn the entire place down.
They will no matter what.
There's threats, but realistically, it depends on which department we're talking about here.
Well, I think.
Well, it's winter there; they'll freeze to death.
I think that's what should happen. If he is found guilty of all charges, I think Black Lives Matter and Antifa should go back to Kenosha and finish burning the place down. Because basically, the jury that lives there is basically giving them the green light to do so.
Of course.
And I won't feel sorry for anyone in Kenosha then.
I don't think anybody should have felt sorry for anybody in Kenosha, anyways, because their mayor or their governor allowed it to happen to begin with.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, you don't have the right. Well, they'll also, if they found him innocent, they don't find him guilty. That means that people have the right to come in there and burn it down. And if they find it guilty, and people will never step foot in there again because they'll have the right to defend themselves if Kyle is found innocent. Because guess what? That means this time Antifa goes in, they're going to be facing armed business owners.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like in Philly when they try to remove that one statue.
How much you want to bet there's people packing up getting ready to move out of Kenosha?
A lot.
A few.
It's probably was a few the moment the trial before the actual trial even happened.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I would move out of there because you have the right to protect your home or your business if he's found guilty. Then
because that's exactly the argument that DA is making is like you can't use deadly force to protect property. Well, technically you can. But probably
by the Constitution itself.
Yeah. Now, I think the way that it's real sneaky of the DA to do this because you, as a property owner, have the right to use deadly force to protect your property. And the way that they're wording it was you don't have the right to protect your property for Kyle, but not making that understanding or that connection of he was not the property owner. But even then, he was hired. Well, not hired. He volunteered. He volunteered.
And it was accepted.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was volunteered and accepted. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Well, there were fucking places, gated communities that literally, in that area, were armed to the teeth, ready for people to try. They were only letting cars that lived there. When the news tried to come in, they're like, no. You're not welcomed here.
Yeah,
bye.
But we also have to remember that the kid made a lot of serious errors, even though some of the situations that he was facing was, in some cases, considerably life-threatening. Going out of the property line just to, I don't know, douse a garbage
fire at the gas station
that was set on fire next to a gas station. That should have never have happened in the first place.
It should have never happened, but the thing is, this
comes back down to he used what would be considered by anybody else common sense, but unfortunately we live in a society that's currently common sense is an extinct idea.
That's the problem. And
now, realistically, if he wanted to live in this form of society, he should have never have left.
He should have stayed. He should have stayed on the car sources lot not ventured out into the street, anything like that. They should have made the cause was a kind of like a hub.
Yeah.
And invited people that were injured on to help them out. And those fires that happen outside the business, unless the business owners are there and say, "Hey, help us out, please."
Yeah.
Been the best situation for him, but I understand what he did to a degree. But unfortunately, with that amount of stupidity running around, him trying to effectively fix the stupidity just made it worse for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'll say this much right now. I'd probably do the exact same thing Kyle did.
No, I understand. I mean, and that's the problem. I'd be the one that'd be kind of talking you, kind of going, "Are you sure you don't want to do this?"
Or do you
Yeah,
think?
I
Do you think? It
don't
was
think he should have.
do you think it was his choice to go on the stand or not?
He has the all right. So time out. He has the ultimate choice. His lawyers don't have the ability to force him on the stand. The prosecutioner does not have the ability because Fifth Amendment rights. He does not have the ability.
Yeah.
As I want to talk to Kyle because I want to get his testimony. Kyle doesn't have to. He has Fifth Amendment privileges. He does not have to get on the stand.
Correct.
His defense lawyers cannot force him on the stand. The only one that can put him on the stand is Kyle himself. Now, he can get bad advice from his lawyer saying, yes, this is probably a good idea to do, but then it comes back down to that's negligence of the defense lawyers.
Yes, and negligent.
There's a lot of negligence.
There's a lot of negligence on this one. So I honestly, if I was a lawyer, I'd argue him saying no, it's not required for you to go onto the stand. Period. What you need to do is get mental help, and that be the main focus.
Yeah, he should have gotten help after that, and instead we're getting a trial. And
No, we're not just that, but we're getting a child. We're seeing a child on stand reliving a complete trauma that
we did.
Yeah.
What we did, and it was in day 10. It was Friday when this was brought out because nobody knew. But whenever the judge was explaining the charges that were being tacked on and being left off to him for the lesser charges that the prosecution was put on, he was explaining all that to Kyle. He had to kind of go through the exact same scenario, the same line of questioning to Kyle that he did when he was on the stand. And when it came down to, it's like, are you mentally competent and stuff like this? And he went to go talk to his lawyers, and then the judge rephrased the question. And afterwards, his lawyer stood up and said, yes, Kyle is currently right now in therapy for PTSD because of the incident that happened here in Kenosha.
Yep. He shouldn't have been on the stand. He should not have been on the stand at all. He was not a mentally competent.
Well, who's the one that?
in all statements that he mentions afterwards is based on duress in some level. So that this should have never been a thing going forward. Prosecution should have pretty much removed him immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
would that
here
mean
we are.
that his one on the stand wasn't perfect, or should have been just not allowed?
Honestly, I can't say it was perfect.
The problem is he did really well.
No,
He did really well. He messed up on a couple questions that at the time seemed insignificant. But seeing how the prosecution kind of swiveled around on the other fuzz, kind of using some of those statements,
that's a problem.
It can jank him. But for the most part, and claiming the self-defense stuff like that, he did really good. You can't.
No, I've heard other lawyers say that. Yes, but
I've also heard others say, no, he didn't do very well.
Well, no.
Those are people who sided up with Kyle and said that he's innocent.
Well, time out. At the very beginning of this whole thing, I was against Kyle.
I'm not even gonna say anything when it comes to for and against. When it comes down to Rittenhouse, I think it was a stupid decision of him getting himself involved in something that he himself should have never been there in the beginning. It's really nice that he decided that he wanted to volunteer his services to protect something that he really didn't need to protect whatsoever.
Well, here's the problem, and I'll go against you on this one. Yes, it was really stupid. Only because everyone in the States right now has that same exact mentality. And I think that mentality needs to be crushed. And
you can't crush it at this moment. You cannot crush it. You know who's able to crush it? The fucking business owners.
Mm-hmm.
Where were the business owners for this? A lot of them are gone. Who did they have there? Oh, volunteers. Expendable people.
What I'm saying is we need more people like that.
In order for you to get that, people who own property or have some degree of responsibility to protect their own shit should stand up.
Now, there were business owners during this time frame, not just in Kenosha, but also throughout the entire United States, that were defending their property. There were, and Antifa left them alone for good reason, because they had more right to be out. Yeah,
but that again, you have to remember, anybody who had a volunteer-based services, Black Lives Matter and Antifa pretty much harassed them.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, Antifa got what they wanted. They put the people they knew who would cause the biggest problems on the front line, while the people who were more wordy and had no balls in the back shouting shit.
Correct.
I mean, everybody that was involved in the Kyle Rittenhouse had some sort of prior history with the law and negative. In a negative fashion, and was found guilty of that.
And those
person
they were considered expendables. Well, why do you think you have the expendables in front? Because they're fodder.
Yeah.
So you have a 17-year-old boy who decides to become human fodder for what reason? Is it going to make it look good on his resume?
No.
That kid's screwed for the rest of his life.
Well, here's the thing. If he's found innocent on all charges, and that's a big if, but if he is, best thing I can say is move down to Oklahoma, because I know of a couple businesses that would like to hire you.
At the end of the day, he's going to have to relocate. He's going to have to become it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether he's innocent or guilty. He's going to have to relocate.
Yeah, you still have a Mark Zimmerman here.
Yeah.
And he's going. He can't go back to his home, which is across state lines. He can't go back to that state. He's gonna have to move all the way to Texas,
Oklahoma, 1 to 2, or Missouri.
Oh,
Missouri,
maybe Florida, maybe Florida,
Arkansas, Alabama.
Nah, I want to do that.
But again, he's going to have to leave his home state to go.
He's going to have to leave his friends behind. He's going to have to leave most of his family behind. He's never going to be able to come back. His life is pretty much ruined at this point. Even if it's found innocent, his life is over.
Oh yeah,
I feel horrible for him. He can make it through this. I'm not saying, but his current life, he's going to have to change his life completely. And it sucks. I mean, honestly. I hope they have him on watch right now, because right now the kid, even during the trial, you could see the kid was notably just.
Oh, he's just.
He wasn't getting.
Look,
the moment he slept, he's yawning that time.
Because, like I said, the moment he went on stand, you can see the amount of stress that was going through him at that moment, and the added stress of being on trial. Of being in front of your defense and prosecution
and the entire country,
that's going to add more, and eventually you're going to have an emotional breakdown, which happened. Whether you seen actual tears or not, he had an emotional.
Oh, you can tell those were real tears.
Regardless, on what your mindset is.
Yeah, for any of the fucks out there, and there's like even LeBron James and stuff like that, it's like, oh, those are crocodile tears. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. What do you think about what LeBron James said?
LeBron James says.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what LeBron James says?
He's a fucking idiot.
if he's going to turn a blind eye on the amount of foot soldiers to make his fucking shoe line in China, and how many Uyghurs are being systematically mutilated and murdered, just so that he can, say that he's king shit on a flat, and dictate who should have their COVID vaccination, who shouldn't. I don't care what he says.
Yeah, James is irrelevant to this. He has nothing. He's irrelevant completely in everything, honestly, in my opinion, because he's the biggest fucking hypocrite of them all.
Yeah,
he's one of them, but honestly, him putting his 2 cents in is like, if to the point of if the Mass Bandit singer, what's his name, R. Kelly,
it'd be much more funnier. LeBron James putting his 2 cents in is just as much as having Alec Baldwin putting his 2 cents into the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing: we have a person that is actually guilty and not being tried or charged with anything. He's not
might actually face some civil issues.
Yeah, that's about it.
Who's that?
Alec Baldwin.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Remember, guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
No, it's in Alec Baldwin's defense, it was a Trump supporter who loaded the gun.
What? Oh, God. Now is that what they're going with?
No. But I love that joke. It was a good joke. You believing the joke, that's even more priceless.
No. The thing is, at this point, I could believe the joke.
No, thank you, Ben, for that one, for just allowing that to even go forward.
Here's the thing: we're living in such a that could be true.
Again, look, we do know at the end of the day that Alec Baldwin would never hire a Trump supporter.
No, but that's what he claimed. That's how he claimed the live round got in there, if I remember, because Alec Baldwin can never keep his mouth shut.
That's because he's Alec Baldwin.
Wait, no, time out. If he claimed that it was a Trump supporter that put the live round in the gun, that would mean he would have to have some sort of prior knowledge before pulling the trigger of the gun that there was a live round in it.
Yeah.
But that he actually employed a Trump supporter.
Yeah, that too. And that's even more damning against him at this point in Hollywood.
Also, he's got to take out the factor that his armor, who was her own safety person, because she was doing both jobs.
Which is not allowed.
It is if you have a great deal of experience behind you, and if you only have to deal with a small handful of armaments. Yeah. But because of the fact that we were looking at a barrage of different armaments here, she should have had an actual prop person to deal with that. Either A, she was the armorer, or she would have been the prop supervisor.
Yeah. But she should have. We're getting into a whole nother can of.
No. Again, and this is the problem. We've had at least several different types of shootings that have all become some degree of publicized, and I'm just want everybody to just kind of wait until the data is out and then jump on it after the dust is cleared.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've pretty much got all the data the DA is able to put on there, apparently. Yeah. But, the FBI tried to create evidence and throw it in there.
Yes.
Not helping. I mean, literally, the FBI got busted on that, which was hilarious. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that whole testimony got thrown out.
Yeah.
But again, that just proves that your FBI is already tainted and very blue-skinned.
No, we've done this for a while, honestly. It just proves it. Yeah.
No surprise there.
Yeah, there's no shock here. The thing is the FBI is in so much goddamn trouble. I guess they were like, fuck it, we might as well just, blow our load here. And fuck ourselves completely.
Didn't the FBI get in trouble for the Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
So they just love fucking things up.
Yeah.
Alright, so the footage they had was a very
Grainy.
grainy, shitty ass piece of footage that got introduced in later on. Somehow Tucker Carlson got the actual footage.
Yeah.
And
The
then,
ungrainy version, which is hilarious. There's literally an ungrainy version.
Yeah, but was that submitted?
No.
Okay, so
no,
then it doesn't exist.
it was submitted. It was submitted.
Oh,
by
was
the
submitted?
defense. It was submitted by the defense.
So then that could work in their favor, I guess. But
A little late for that, but okay.
There's a lot of linchpins.
there's
that
definitely
have
a
to
lot of
connect.
lynching going on here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, this case is so fucked. It should not be happening. That is my only opinion on this right now. At this point, there has been so much
I made the comment.
fuckery. There's so much fuckery. It should be happening anymore. It should be over.
I
But
made the
it won't be.
comment
Yeah.
to Uncivil Law, and he laughed at this fucking comment, and he actually agreed with me on it. That Kyle would have been better off getting Lewis from Ghostbusters 2 to defend him on this case.
Sure.
My cousin Vinny.
Here's the thing. He was also He also agreed with my statement where he believes the DA, where I said the DA and the fucking defense have a bet to see who could fuck it up the worst and still win.
Yeah,
So
that too.
that's I mean, he's agreed on that comment multiple times. He's like, yeah, I think they have a bet.
That's what I always says.
It does look more like that than anything else.
Yeah.
See what I fucked up
And
today.
I love the fact that there's a lot of people out there on Twitter and stuff like that defending Kyle. It's like it's like no, it's a car mirror. It's not a gun. He's not raising his gun. That's a car mirror. Cool. I believe that. Everyone else believes that. We can see that and look at it. Here's the problem. It's not a part of the record.
A car mirror?
Yeah.
It's a car mirror. The thing that alright, so in the footage that the prosecution put in, saying that it's Kyle raising his gun up at
Craig.
Whomever.
Yeah, Zemeski,
whatever.
Is like the fact that they got that in, that's the major linchpin right there. And the problem is the footage. You can't tell. They sit there for 20 minutes trying to show the fucking judge, and the judge didn't even fucking see it. And a lot of them because he thinks that the jury's got to come to the same fucking conclusion. However, that's, again, this kind of comes back down to what Rogue said. You know, we don't know how politicized are they, and we don't know, what kind of linchpin they're waiting for. Oh, well, that's all we need. So it comes back down to the jury point. But the problem is there's better footage out there. And that's not what the prosecution used. Now, if they did use the drone footage, if the defense did add the drone footage, and it's the clarity value of the drone footage, and from the prosecution, if the prosecution is just using what they submitted in to see that, if the defense is smart, they will re-examine that drone footage and put up in their defense, it's a car mirror, not a gun.
I don't think that's smart.
I don't think that's smart either. And the panel of lawyers don't think that's smart either. And that's the problem. That's the frustrating thing. Because it clearly shows it's Kyle set the fucking fire extinguisher down. Actually, so if it's slow motion, he set the fire extinguisher down. If you watch at the actual speed, he drops it and looks. And when you see him look and you see him turn, his gun is slinging from the left to the right. So the gun is on his right side. What they're saying is the gun is the sling in the mirror. Because you can clearly see it. Now, all great evidence, it really does blow the fucking prosecution's case out of the fucking water. Like I said, the problem is that enhanced version that was floating around on Twitter is not an evidence. It's not been submitted. The evidence submitting portion is closed. It's not part of the record. They can't use that unless
someone brings it up.
Defense, and well, not even then. It's not part of the record. Unless the judge feels like it's credible to allow more evidence in. But at that point in time, you open up a fucking can of worms. I'm pretty sure the judge does not even want to fucking open. I'm pretty sure the judge just wants this case done.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Well,
But he didn't even want to have the 2.5 hours for the final. So really, he wanted it under an hour for them to get to their final verdicts and get the fuck out of Dodge, because he knows that you guys have a Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah, but I do know this much. I do know for the reckless homicide, not reckless homicide, reckless endangerment charge and the gun charge, he said that he is going to think about it. And don't be surprised if he comes back in on Monday and you see those charges gone. And those were his words.
Now, do you think that were able to prove it?
What do you mean?
Do you think they were able to prove to keep those charges up before
the DA doesn't have a fucking say in the matter? It's the judge's final ruling on it.
Yeah.
So what comes in, what doesn't. The GA just got to sit down and fucking sit their fucking thumbs up their ass. That's the only thing they can do. They can argue it.
Yeah.
They can argue it.
It's the same thing with the defense. They have very little control over what's going to be, the judge is allowing going forward on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, like I said, it doesn't matter because we've all said this basically. The jury is so fucking tampered at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
For what we know, we do know, and it comes back down to exactly what Rogue's getting at. And I think Rikita brought this up pretty perfectly. There's somebody that's been in the courtroom on the benches watching, and he didn't, you can't take no pictures and stuff like that, but he's pretty much said it's like there's 5 of the jury members that are wearing masks. There's no one else besides maybe few select key people in the audience wearing a mask. Everyone else in the courtroom is not. You can defer from a political opinion that they're lefties because they're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing when it comes down to, we inferred that because...
If I was Spark, can I be honest with you? Not because of COVID, I'd be wearing a mask just to fucking hide my identity as much as possible too.
That's true.
It's true, but again, we have to defer to certain arbitrary situations. Now, we could be looking at, again, an entire full jury of leftists. We don't know. Yeah. We could be looking at a split of 50-50. We could be looking at a 40-60. We don't know going forward.
Or we could be facing a jury that everyone in their fucking businesses got damaged, torched, or something during the whole entire thing.
No, that's why we don't know. So that's why
their place of work could have gotten destroyed. Their place or their home, even their home. Because there were a couple homes.
No, I know. But like I said, we are going forward on this one, and all it takes is one person to, once they get into that, to actually say no and lock themselves into he's guilty.
Yep,
they're done.
I mean, the only thing we have left is if the jury can convince each other of where they're.
Yeah, that's the problem. The jury's got to be convincing each other.
That's where the deliberations come from. That's the whole point of the deliberations, because that's when the jury is allowed to talk to each other then. And that's the thing. And it could go either which way. Alright, so you can have a whole entire panel that sees Kyle's not guilty, and you have one jury member that's convinced you can't get him to change their mind. He's LeBron James on the jury, and he's guilty no matter what. However, the entire opposite's true of that.
Correct.
The only thing it takes is one person to say, no, he is not guilty. So the most likely outcome for this whole thing is going to be a mistrial. Here's the question. Is it going to be a mistrial with or without prejudice? If it's a mistrial with prejudice, it's done.
I think it's going to be without.
Rogue's not wrong. There is an extremely good possibility of that. But again, this is this judge's last.
We don't know.
Probably going to be his last big case and his last case because he's already
that's the thing. He's been doing this for how long? 50 years. 50?
Yeah,
60?
and
he's been doing this. He's been a judge for a long fucking time. And if I don't remember if it's an elected position, but once you're in the position, you're in the position. If I'm correct.
Yeah, you're in the position.
Usually, because usually it's usually judges don't get ousted from their seats unless they don't run again.
Yeah. And I really do think, and this is just how I foresee the judge and what his mannerisms, how he's been doing things and stuff like that. I actually think this might be his last rodeo.
Probably, yeah.
Intentionally.
Yeah.
Just
to go out on.
He is a very, older gentleman. Yes, I would probably say take the time, spend whatever you got left with your missus and whatever grandchildren that you may or may not have.
And it might be one of those deals because of the fact that this might be his last case. He just might decide to quit on everything. We don't know.
It is quite possible. We don't know.
That's the problem. There's a lot of things going in Kyle's favor, and there's a lot of things going against Kyle's favor. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I am really pissed off at fucking defense because it's like there's several times in that whole entire fucking trial you could call for a fucking mistrial.
Yeah,
several times you could have.
They did actually. They actually did though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but did they preserve that objection though?
Yes, the judge is still like holding his response on that. He's took it under advisement and is holding it in judgment. He said it several times.
Okay, I thought that's
Requeda even mentioned it. The thing is, there was a moment where Requeda had his stream muted, if that's where you're watching from, at the beginning, right when they came back in after the fucked up questioning the DA asked, and they adjourned for lunch. He came back in and did the defense said, "Hey, we want to move for a mistrial on prejudice due to the fact of this line of questioning." And they said, "Well, take it under advisement and would hold it until later on, probably until when the jury makes a decision." Because honestly, that's still standing. That order is still standing.
Yeah. Because when
he hasn't dismissed that at all.
And that's the problem. That's one of the serious fuck-ups of the DA because he asked that line of questioning.
And the DA has kept on asking. Well, here's the thing: the DA a couple times since then has asked, "Well, do you have a ruling on that yet?" And the judge is still, "I'm holding my ruling on that until we get done with this." Basically, the judge is waiting until he wants to take. I think he wants to look at the jury and see what they're thinking. And by the time they're completely done and the closing statements has been done,
and that
might be the case.
That's what my thought was coming in that I brought up earlier.
But like I said, honestly, everybody fucked up so bad. This case should be dismissed on prejudice.
The only ones who did not fuck up. I mean, fuck. The judge was saying that fucking objecting more than the defense whenever Kyle was on the stand.
Yeah, no, that was another problem. Like he got really, like I guess they're at that point was to basically be incompetent, and then maybe Kyle could file for his defense was incompetent.
That's the problem. That's the problem. This is something that civil law brought up. In order to bring up incompetence for the defense, you have to go against both Robert and Agent 47.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is Agent 47's been very spot on. And that's the problem with Robert being he is the main defense attorney. And I don't know if that's the reason why the other guy was not objecting, because he never really objects unless he's up or he's the one doing the line of questioning or something like that. So I don't know if it's like protocol or procedure, but I guarantee if he was the lead defense attorney, there would have been a lot more fucking objections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about some of the witnesses? The one that got shot, how he changed his So here's
the thing. So on record for the for Groskowitz, he's fucked himself out of anything that he was going. He's not gonna get his money now because he literally admitted Alright, so in a sworn testimony against his trial against Kenosha, he was not armed with a deadly weapon. That was one of the questions that he had to answer in order to be considered a wrongful injury suit against the city. Right now, on the record, he admits he had a gun. And he admits he lied during that whole thing. How in the hell the defense got
Well,
that
he
line
even
of
admitted he
questioning
was
in there?
waiting for money from the DA.
No, he did! Well, not
Yeah.
not the DA, but from the city of Kenosha.
The city. Yeah.
But he did admit to that, and he did admit to lying. So, as far as him getting his $10 million payout, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be getting that $10 million payout.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like his statements that he's made outside the court now, the problem is the witness and evidential hearings are closed now. And yes, you have him on CBS basically admitting his testimony was a lie. Which is another fuck up on his part. Because if he admits that was a lie, that means he lied under oath.
Yeah.
But there's really not much that you can do in this case with that.
Not now. Yeah.
Not now. Now, the state...
Now they can get him on
hey,
the thing is, if they could get him back on the stand, they could get him for perjury.
But they can't get him back on stand because evidentiary hearing's done.
So, no, because he's still. You can still pull somebody who's been pulled before. Back
but we're already getting to closing statements. The trial.
we moved to closing statements, so that's the problem. Now, during his closing statement, he can bring that up.
No, he can. He can. There's a lot of shit. So it's kind of like an open buffet with closing statements, closing arguments. Because both sides have the ability to swing this in their favor depending on the line of questioning. However, both sides do have the ability to fuck themselves royally with how they bring their arguments. So, like, for instance, if the DA wants to argue for the fact that he was said nothing to the media during that whole entire time, and he can cleverly word it, Kyle never said anything during the trial and stuff like that, and he kind of try to emphasize that, he can fuck himself up on that one, because again, that's a Fifth Amendment issue, if they want to call it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things too, like, there's a lot of pitfalls on both sides, and the defense can fuck themselves up and going like, well, it's a political case. The DA made it into a political case. Yeah, it kind of makes a case that's unjust and unfair to Kyle, and they can make the argument that the DA opened that door, but again, it can come back down to the judge going, why didn't you bring this up earlier?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot
Then there's the question of the guy that was subpoenaed who took off and never was able to answer any questions.
No, he did. He did.
He did?
They levied him for Wednesday. Not that day. They wanted to get him on that day, but he came in and testified, no, Gage Grosskreutz never said that to me, and I lied on Twitter because I was worried about my friend. And it was basically a 5-minute witness.
How does that help your friend? How does that worry you about your friend? That doesn't help your friend at all. That's bullshit. That is a lie.
Well, and that's the thing, is it protected Gage Grosskreutz. It kind of put him in the limelight. But even then, the problem is they cannot get him on perjury because he admits it's a lie, and you can't really perjure anything on Twitter because you're not under oath on Twitter.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I get it. And that is correct. No, but what I'm saying is, it
just makes him look. It makes him look like a dumbass.
Yeah, it does. But makes his friend. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to say the fact that you can tell that's a lie. Saying, well, I was trying to protect my friend by saying he wanted to unload a clip. That's not protecting somebody. That's trying. God. That's a lie right there. I mean, yeah, I know
but the problem is it was a 2-person statement. It was a statement made by him saying it was from Gage Grosskreutz. Gage Grosskreutz pretty much denied it. Yes, that's me in the picture, but I did not say those things. And now his friends corroborated.
But he did thumbs
no.
up it. He did thumbs up. I wonder why they did fucking put it in. Why they did? Well, why did you thumbs up it?
Yeah.
Well,
because he did, and they actually had evidence of that too. Before, I mean, that was part of the evidence that he had thumbs up it, and people had taken screenshots of that.
Oh God, I like it when he talked with Grossquitz about the tweet that he made, and he was like,
yeah. It's like November 5th.
Yep. And the wiki emoji. What's that wiki emoji you mean? I don't know. Well, you don't know your own mindset at the time? No. I was like, oh, jeez.
And I will admit, the DA is not dumb. And the DA is not dumb. Especially when it came back down to the re-racking of the gun. So, and I'll admit, there's two ways a gun could be re-racked. And if it's a live round that did not go off, by re-racking the gun, it would eject that round and put in another round. Yes, that is correct, and that is true. And if that is the case, there would have been live ammunition on the ground. That proves more so that, he re-racked the weapon, which he did not, and clearly states that in his testimony. Even the video shows he didn't re-rack the gun.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get.
The DA brought up, and it's really smart of the DA, there could have been a feeding malfunction in the gun, and it didn't load a bullet into the chamber, and re-racking it to load an actual bullet in the chamber, which would not eject a cartridge. That is also correct. So, both sides got that aspect pretty well. The problem is it leans more so to the defense than the prosecution because, okay, the gun the gun jammed and didn't feed a bullet into the gun. How do you prove that?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can obviously see he was actually putting the gun down, and there was no reacting.
And for the fact it takes about a second to 2 seconds to re-rack the gun. Yeah. And his arms he kept his hand on the trigger and his other hand on the barrel of the gun when it came down and it came back up. There was not enough time to even halfway re-rack the gun.
You'd have to be doing like Bruce Lee punch style movements at that time to go over the FPS to not see that be re-racked, even on a phone. So yeah, I see that. But still,
and even if it was re-racked, Gage Grossquitz was coming to him with a gun in his hand after he'd just been attacked by 2 different people, firing off shots at those 2 different people, protecting himself. When it comes down to it, it's hands down self-defense with Gage and Jump Kick Man and Anthony Huber. It's clear-cut self-defense. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The only time that linchpin gets fucking lifted up is if it was a bad act with the shooting with Joseph Rosenbaum. And that's the only place where they're going to get it. If they cannot get self-defense with Joseph Rosenbaum, and they can get provocation, and they can prove, or they can come to the facts that, yes, Kyle is the one that initiated that whole standard, even though Joseph Rosenbaum was threatening Kyle even beforehand. That's the linchpin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the provocation.
Yep.
Because that then leads down to a cascading event. That means Kyle was the bad actor in that whole thing. And since Kyle was the bad actor in that, he does not get to claim self-defense with Joseph Rosenbaum, which kind of goes into the prosecution's whole argument of he was then now an active shooter, and now the other people of the community were going to stop the active shooter. So he does not get to claim self-defense for the other events that happened.
Yeah.
It's just shit sandwich all the way around.
Like I said before, this kid is not walking away free and easy.
Yeah, he's going to have something.
Even if he gets no jail time, it's still not going to be free and easy, like I said.
No, this kid's not walking away free and easy. Sorry. his life is destroyed, all for him trying to save a community.
Yeah.
And and this was the one thing that really pissed me off that the fence didn't bring up. That the gas station attendants who said if that trash can had gone up in fire and caught the building on fire, the pumps would have blown, and then we would have had more death.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And that would have been nice to bring up. Yeah,
guess what? It didn't happen. So
no, it didn't. No, I know. That's why I said that's why I said I wish
I know
they had
it would have been nice, but we all know it didn't happen. And unfortunately, we're at this standpoint where it's a nice shit sandwich, and unfortunately, Kyle's gonna have to take a nice big bite out of it.
Yeah.
And there's
There's
no
no saving
way
Kyle
around
on this.
No.
Completely.
Yeah.
This is a Mark Zimmerberg case all up again, where you had Trayvon Martin gets even if it was justified, even though he was found innocent and all this other shit, he had to move to another state. And then hell, even then there was video footage of him getting pulled over in said state, and people knew where he was, and he had to move again because everybody still thinks he's in Texas, but he actually had to change states again because of that footage. Like I said, if he ever, I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse has lived such a low profile now that he has to basically remain dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Essentially, even though he's alive, he has to live like he's dead.
Kyle's going to have to grow a beard. There's a lot of weight.
And that's why I said 10 years. It's going to take him 10 years before that baby face.
No, I don't know that face to actually grow something. Yeah, so he's going to have to lose a lot of weight and grow a beard. Wouldn't
surprise me if he moves to a small town in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico.
It'd be smart.
Oh man, I found something on Twitter, and this would make a good game. This would make a good game. New game called Call of Duty Rittenhouse. Let's you defend your home from a horde of bloodthirsty communists.
And then go on trial.
Yeah, but here's the problem. We all know it's going to be some form of social ideals here, so there would be commies, realistically speaking, because even the newest Call of Duty pretty much avoids the whole, Nazism is completely bad argument. Yeah. I love the reworking of history.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're at this weird point in time where, like I said, common sense should never be even thought of or even adopted in anything that we do.
Oh,
yeah,
it should be.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly do not believe nothing good came from this. I think we all agree on that. Nothing good has come from this at all.
Yep.
As far as Kyle's life, it's over, regardless of what happens. I feel sorry.
I wish him the best of luck going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, he is going. I mean, here's the sad state. The only place he could live is in Hawaii and claim benefits, since all you have to do is show up and say you're disabled there, and he doesn't even have to give his name. He basically So, that's probably what's going to happen. He probably has PTSD, so he could claim disability benefits.
Yeah,
but it's going to be easier in Hawaii because you don't even have to prove. So yeah, like I said,
a good deed goes unpunished. Well, it can. You just have to be careful what those deeds are for.
You just have to tell nobody about the good deed you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really, that's how good deeds go unpunished. You can never tell anybody that you did it. I picked up litter. Oh, well, how dare you? Why didn't you make the person who dropped it pick it up? You can't even you literally cannot even clean up.
You went to go put out fire. Why didn't you call the fire department?
Yeah, no.
The fire department was called. They refused to come out. Correct. Literally,
and again,
even the police, until the shooting happened, the police refused to come out anywhere. Correct. So honestly, That's another statement they should. That's another case point the defense missed.
Yeah,
Nobody was coming out till
these are beautiful things after the fact, and unfortunately,
I know, and that's what I'm bringing up.
I know.
They should have been brought up during the trial.
They should have.
None
And
of them.
again, I'm like, I already noticed that, and I'm not a case lawyer. Hell, I'm not even a lawyer.
No,
on TV.
I was waiting for the defense to bring this up.
Yeah, the defense is a bunch of idiots because they did not help the case whatsoever.
No, the DA helped Kyle's case the most, and then but until he got on stand.
Yeah,
honestly, the DA made the case. But here, even while he was questioning Kyle on the stand, he made Kyle look like a hero at times, which was hilarious. I was like, "Are you still trying to lose this case?" Because it's like the DA just wanted to try the case and said, "I failed because evil people." I think that's what he wanted, but I don't think he's going to get that now.
All right, so I'm reading a statement right now from about 6 hours ago. I guess Italy's burning to the ground.
What's burning to the ground?
It's
Naples.
Oh, yeah, that's been normal for a while.
Yeah,
they've been having some issues there.
Yeah. How's that vaccine mandate going for you, Italy?
They're not overly happy with the idea.
They don't really have a vaccine mandate, I believe. They have more of get it or you have no life, and
pretty much. No. The problem is they're going on the same statements that a certain WHO representative that happens to be in your neck of the woods, there, guys. That stated that everybody should be getting it no matter what, even though the data says otherwise, coming from other members of WHO and the CDC. It seems like they're only listening to one person only, because, I don't know, maybe greenbacks or something is a lot more important than anything else.
Yeah.
What was it? They finally admitted people here who get who have allergies to latex should not cannot get the shot. Finally.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm safe now. Actually, that actually helps me and I can't be discriminated against now.
No, you still be discriminated.
I'll still be discriminated against simply because I'm,
No, because of the fact that you refuse to get the shot, even though it might kill you. How dare you? How dare you justify that as an excuse?
My life is more important than Grandma's life.
Yes.
Yeah.
My grandma died of cancer. I'm not worried about it. No.
No, but it's already been proven on multiple different countries in that if you're over a certain age, you should be getting the shot, and you should be prioritized first.
Yeah.
And hey, the people who are over that certain age happens to be clear over 80.
Or allergic to fucking latex.
Oh, we're talking people who need to have the shot, Jim.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so the people who are like north
Apparently
of 80 need this shot. The people who are north of 5 don't need it. So that's where we've come down on the entire worldwide globe's data points that we have so far. But no one really wants to talk about that because, certain people with certain power that have certain companies that have certain products out need those stocks to go up.
Yeah.
That want certain, and goddamn, what was it? They can't even make the shot fast enough now either.
No.
Nope.
And my VA doctor brought it up. Hey, you need to get the shot. Like, I'm allergic. Hey, look at that chart of mine. What's that say on allergies? Allergic to latex. What's the shot say? Oh, yeah, you can't have this. I'm glad you understand that. No one will give it to me. No one, because it's not even the fact that I can't have the shot because I'm allergic to it. They won't give me the shot now because I'm allergic to it. All of them. So it's no longer my fault. It's now it comes down to how dare the doctors not give me the shot.
No, Jim. All you have to do is when they ask you, "Are you allergic to latex?" You just simply say no, and you'll be fine. You'll be clear in.
Yeah, you just you get the shot. Just tell them to make sure that there's an EpiPen handy.
You have to. You still have that 50 minutes of observation that you have to go through. So Don't worry about it.
What was it?
Yeah.
The last time I got a shot, the only reason I survived. The last time I got a shot that was actually essentially the same shot, was the bird flu shot. The only reason I survived is because I was in the hospital at the time for other conditions I was facing in a hospital, and when I went back to the hospital and had a bad reaction, it's the only reason I'm alive probably today now. If I hadn't been to where they could basically just fill me full of fluids and fucking give me Benadryl. I mean, that's essentially what they gave me, is just a shit ton of medical grade not over the counter, but under doctor prescribed Benadryl. That has to be the type that I would have died. Because that's what they looked at and said, you're having an allergic reaction.
No shit.
Here's Benadryl. I didn't even know that there was latex in the shot because I got it from the military. And here's the military. The way they give the shot is what they have to do. They don't go through the checklist. They just, here's the shot. They're not even allowed to ask. The doctors in the military are not allowed to ask you if you have any underlying medical conditions that can prevent you from getting the shot. You have to tell them. And I didn't know because at the time, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But for years I've been getting sick from getting the flu shot, and I should have seen the connection. But if I had ever known, I never would have. The last time I got it and almost died, there was, and then me and Rogue started talking. I was like, "Oh yeah, there's latex in this." I was like, "Oh shit, that's," and in the bird flu one, I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And that's why they prescribe. I see. I never knew I had an allergic reaction. Honestly, I didn't find out until I didn't realize it until what they had prescribed me was essentially super duper Benadryl to help with the allergies and reduce the reactions. Basically, suppressing my immune system from attacking the shit out of it and my body. So yeah, it was kind of fun. Because that's what Benadryl does. It keeps your body from attacking at a high rate. Because when you have an allergic reaction, your body overreacts and floods your system with shit you don't need. It's not so much the stuff that you ingested is killing you or in contact with. It's your body is killing you because it's having an overreaction to something it thinks is bad.
Yeah.
That is an allergic reaction in reality.
Same thing can be said with overactive immune systems.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
you would look at that and go, "Oh, what's bad about having an overactive immune system? It sounds like that'd be a good handy thing." No, that could be worse than whatever your immune system's trying to fight.
Yeah,
because that's
yeah. Your immune system can attack bacteria that is actually good for you.
Well, no, that can attack cells.
Yeah, it can basically eat itself.
Mm-hmm.
Is what an overactive immune system is basically eats itself, which is why a lot of people in the United States have to take immuno blockers. Yeah, blockers. But yeah, this is the world we live in. You have to get a shot that might kill you. Okay, Heil, Heil to you, Commander in Chief. Heil. I mean, at least Trump was like, "No, get the shot if you can, and advise a doctor." Biden's just saying, "No, I'm Dr. Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, and you should."
My wife says that's good.
Yeah. Who isn't even who is a doctorate, not a doctor. So yes. But,
and of course, Biden is the same person that'll fart fart live on TV at a climate change conference.
No. He decided
and nearly hear his person sitting next to him. She was like, "Oh my god, it was so bad. I thought I was going to die."
No. The Duchess. He did that in front of the Duchess.
And she thought she was going to die because it was so bad.
You remember, she is pretty much a stone's throw away from being called queen.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a Dutch oven in the middle of the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And the Camilla, the other one, she wasn't too happy with the idea, and she too wasn't wanting to say hi to your lovely president. So
We're pretty sure it wasn't a Dutch oven. It was pretty much he shit his pants, and
Most
luckily
likely,
the pants
he
held
shit
it.
his
Like, the
pants. We can only
smell.
hope.
It's like, it's the smell.
Because she said it never went away until he left.
It never went away.
Until he left the room. Or
It
he left the room,
lingered.
or whatever. It
It
was like, oh yeah, he
lingered.
shat his pants.
Yeah.
Our president is wearing really good Depends, but they don't block the
Yeah.
smell. They don't have odor protection.
They protect. They just don't depend.
Yep, there you
They're
go.
not dependable.
Like the president.
Oh,
No, he's
well,
dependable on something. He's dependable on getting lost and saying
No,
the
no.
wrong things at the right time.
Well, at least he didn't at this summit. At least his caretakers didn't let him wander into the press booth.
Look, he had one of those baby leashes. We all know that.
It,
It
it was the backpack leash.
Yes.
No, it was the S&M leash that dominatrixes use. That
No, Jill would never have used that on him because he doesn't even know the fuck. He would be it would either be one of those backpack leashes or it'd be on his wrist.
It was the little teddy bear
Yes.
teddy bear backpack with the coil with the I'm sorry it's the monkey backpack that has
It's
the
the
tail
monkey
that's the
backpack.
leash.
Yep. As well as it comes with its own supply of ice cream.
No, it's chocolate pudding for nap time.
No, it's always been vanilla ice cream with him.
Oh,
no,
really?
no, now it's chocolate pudding because of the
Now it's
Dutch
become
oven.
chocolate pudding. Oh, wow. Wow. No, we're not going down that. No, he's always had. Every time that you have a picture with him, especially during your summer peaks, he's always had vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
Yeah, but he
single
always.
scoop.
But whenever you have a picture with him, he also looks like he's pooping himself at the same time. So
That's normal.
The only thing
it wasn't normal. I just said it's in every picture.
Yeah,
He-
and it
he's
can.
got
That's
that good
normal. I mean,
just get one out.
the only thing that Biden's doing is really, really well is making everybody realize how good they had it during the Trump administration, even though they hated him.
No, there's one other thing that he's making look well. He's making Reagan look well during his most incognitive years as president.
Yeah.
mhm.
Reagan was pretty uncognitive. Biden makes Reagan's years look like a fucking genius was in charge of this country at that time.
At the end of the day, all it does is make Nancy Reagan look really good on keeping her man under wraps.
Yeah, because Biden is apparently too much for everybody. If Nancy Reagan was alive, she could keep Joe in line.
Mhm.
That's what we should. That's who should be running next is Nancy Reagan because she was a supernaturalist and psychic. So
Yeah.
Thank God the fact that you both said yep. I was like,
Yeah.
Did you guys see how the polling in Virginia, how it swung severely Republican? Almost
Biden.
every county was
Every
like more than
county-
plus 10. It was almost like plus 10 in every one.
They were negative 10 for the Republicans at one point, and then when the election it was plus 10, it was like I think you guys fucked up.
Yeah. And
Hey, New Jersey almost flipped.
Yeah.
New Jersey almost completely flipped. There was very close to they had a couple of seats that did still flip. Everybody's talking about that governor race, but I was like, ooh, that was close.
And then there's that truck driver that spent not even $150, not even over $153 and won, versus the candidate spent over a couple $1 million.
Yeah, his entry fee. It was funny. All he did was basically put in his entry fee for the race and won.
And had no clue what he was going to do if he won.
He didn't even run. It's like I think he was once they did a debate between the two, and he said, "What are you gonna do?" I don't know. I'm probably nothing. I mean, that was the closest thing. Probably nothing. And everybody was like, "Ooh, he's gonna do nothing." That sounds different. Sounds easy. Sounds nice. I like him. That's how bad. I'm gonna make you all get the shot. Social services available. Pay more taxes. Everybody's like, no, sorry, because he thought he had no chance of losing. He thought he had no chance of losing, and
oh yeah, and then it came out. It was close. It was close.
Here's the thing: that's worse than the dead man winning in Michigan back in the day. That is worse because this was basically a man who didn't have a pulse in the race because he didn't do anything, and still won.
Yeah,
he didn't even have name recognition. He still won. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious.
And another funny thing that came out that this is what Biden said is he said, "I want the ports to run 24 hours a day."
That's not going to happen. Well, actually, it is happening.
It is happening.
Pretty much happening.
They just can't get the shit off the fucking port.
It's the unions that are problem. It's the problem.
No, yeah, they haven't said that. Here was the thing. Right now, stuff is coming into U.S., just not through California or New York.
Like, yeah.
It's coming in through Florida and
the East Coast.
The East Coast, the lower East Coast, essentially.
Yeah.
And Texas. All their port, they saw this coming, and Texas redid their ports. It's just taking shit longer to get here. It's taking shit another week to get here. And all this, half the ships that could afford to like go to another port have done that now. So it's just things are starting to get back online. It's just the shit that needs to go to California is not getting unloaded.
No,
even though they lost half the ships in the port to other ports, it's still not. It's just not viable for the. They still don't have enough manpower or trucks or workers due to the demand, not the demand, but the restrictions they put in place.
Yeah, it's
feasibly do it. And this is pre-COVID. They were having the same problems anyways.
They were already struggling pre-COVID.
That's what I told my dad. I said it's not the fact that there's a shortage on truckers. It's the fact that California ports are just so strict.
Well, I know this much. I know because talking to other truckers and getting notes and shit like that from Carb and all that other good stuff, but you can't bring a truck within California that's below
2012
2017 now.
Oh, it's 2017 now.
You cannot bring a truck into California. And let me finish this. But you can't bring a truck into California under 2017 emissions. So if it's under 2017 emissions, you get hit with a huge fine and you get turned around. You can't come in. Now the ports are 2021 emissions now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no trucks that can meet those emissions.
Nope.
No. There's trucks. They're trucks.
They're electric.
Well, no, there's trucks that can meet those emissions. Here's the problem. They can't be built fast enough.
No.
Right.
Because of COVID.
Yeah.
And also because too is that in order to get into the port you have to be part of the union.
That
law just went into effect this year, didn't it?
Yep.
No, I thought it's been like that.
Oh. But like I said,
2014.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. California is pushing itself into the ocean, and
let them.
And all the states next to them can't wait, so they can build their own ports.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a.
Here's the
thing.
But
Texas, like I said, Texas and Florida ports are booming, and the amount of money that is being saved actually by the companies, this might become a permanent thing because the docking fees too at California, we're getting to the point to where it's cheaper to go to literally fuel your tanker with twice as much fuel and then take it to Texas and still be cheaper.
All right, here's the thing.
Than to afford the California ports taxes and restrictions and fees.
Yeah, here's the thing. I want California to fall off in the ocean because I really want oceanfront property in Arizona.
Oh.
I mean, why? Don't you just have to wait until one of your properties flood? I mean, that's all you need to
do.
Yeah, I'll wait for Sparky to build his own port.
I probably could.
Hey, Sparky, I'm telling you, if you built your own port in your backyard, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, port just busted up Rangers.
Yep. All right, so I want to switch gears real quick, and I want to talk about a show that came out. Actually, it's been out for a while. I just found out about it. It's a show called Sakugan.
Okay.
Has anyone heard of it?
You'd have to show me.
I've got a clip. It's part of the opening of the first episode. It's how the show opens up. It's actually pretty It's pretty funny in my book. I'm showing it for the crowd too, so hopefully, Camisa play good. Anyways, once everyone jumps in, I'll hit the play button.
Well, hold on, Sparky. Before you start play, are you sure you want to do this so that we don't have that German company come and strike you down again?
Well, since I'm not putting any of the tags or titles into it, I think I'd be safe.
Well, you already mentioned the name.
I'm not.
Yeah, but mentioning the name is kind of
different from tags and titles.
Yeah, I honestly think it's the factor that his tag kind of got him.
Yeah. Jim Max, you got to jump in or not?
Give me a second.
He's jamming.
He's jamming.
I'm jamming.
He's a jamming.
I'm a jamma. I'm a juma jama. Jamming.
Okay, here we go. Playing now.
Wait, is this done by Crunchyroll or is this done by Japan? Or is it
it's on Crunchyroll? It's on Crunchyroll.
Realistically, at the end of the day, if it's on Crunchyroll, it's owned by Sony, so it's fine.
The animation looks neat so far, but this is just the opening.
There's two clips. There's two clips I'm gonna play. Opening to the first episode, opening to the second episode.
I'm gonna get hit with
Ooh.
Yep. Thought I heard Ryo Kun, but I guess not. Shit.
Ooh, it's kind of has
it's got a main and best vibe to it.
The underground part too.
Yes, well, they are underground.
What's that one manga I'm thinking about?
Actually, I lied. I'm gonna show two.
Is it the one with the drills?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you want.
No, it is actually. It's almost like that. Tyro brought this up to me. And I completely forgot.
I couldn't remember the name of it. Manganga or something.
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. He basically said this is like a cross between Me and Bess and Gurren Lagann. And it's actually really good. And I did like a 3-episode watch club with.
So you recently stopped watching.
Yeah, I did a 3-episode watch club with KG and Tyro kind of got upset.
Oh, no, this is published by Square Enix.
Yep.
Meaning that it's just going to become a shit show later.
Yeah.
Possibly.
No, possible. All Square Enix stuff has always become a shit show later.
You know what I think about blanket statements? Just give it a little bit of room to kill itself.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit of room to kill itself, Rogue. It will, but you don't have to give out a blanket statement to kill it. It will do it itself, quite nicely.
Yeah. Hey, it's just like a car burning oil.
It's like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think I've seen the first episode of this already. It's not bad. It actually has a pretty decent storyline so far, but I can
Already
see them
seen
screwing
2
it up down the road.
episodes, and I think it's pretty meh.
Lisa,
I said
It's
decent.
good.
I mean,
It's a
that's
decent
nothing, but,
It's a decent mecha series.
I wouldn't even call it a
Yeah.
mecha series.
I would.
Yeah, of course you would, because there's a mech that's involved. It's more of a kaiju series.
It is.
Kaiju versus mecha. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But,
The genre place it under is just science fiction.
yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Yeah. This was originally titled Saxon Guns.
Yeah.
It's a really straightforward series. Like I said, it gives me a lot of. It reminds me of Many and Best, Gurren Lagann, City of Ember, and Hunger Games. It's like a mishmash between those titles.
And what about Gundam?
No, the Gurren Lagann kind of covers that one.
Well, I was thinking of the Gundam one where they battle the mechs in that tournament.
No, that's not
Not
what
the
they
one
do.
out in space.
Well, that's not what they do. So the series takes place in a place called Labyrinth, which is deep underground. For whatever reason, have no idea why, they haven't gotten to that point yet, but society is underground. And colonies located within this place called Labyrinth. And you've got markers, diggers, and walkers. And basically, the diggers go through and dig out places underground to set up places.
Goddamn dirty diggers.
Yeah, they set up, like, they dig out places for, like, setting up new colonies, looking for minerals or resources and stuff like that. The walkers basically are the ones that help make and develop the colonies and do the labor stuff, like for digging up the resources. And then you have markers, and they're the ones that go out and explore the labyrinth. According to how the show's got put up, the labyrinth is very unexplored because of the facts of dangers of the kaiju that's within the labyrinth. And Memento keeps having a dream of, like, seeing the surface. She doesn't understand why she has this dream. But then it sent a photo from, it's called a legendary marker. and it's basically a photo of the actual place she's been dreaming of. And it's basically an exploration journey, kind of like how Main Abyss is.
Okay.
And that's all right. So who remembers the me? Well, who remembers me bringing up the fact of oh, what was it?
No, we don't remember.
Pacific Rim to Black.
Barry, but yeah, you have mentioned it maybe a couple of times in my passing.
Okay, and you know how KG has opened his mouth.
We know that KG gets a complete raging hard on anytime you mention a Gundam.
I'm gonna say Gundam. I got a boner.
KG, the moment anybody says Gundam, he's pretty. I'm surprised he didn't even show up just to. Did somebody say Gundam? You know that's where we're at with KG with his raging boner. We know that.
I'm going to showcase something that happened.
You have it any other way, Rogue?
It could have been a different way, honestly. What are we showcasing now?
I gotta switch the screen real quick. Let me do that. I'm basically gonna showcase the Watch Club because he called it, and I was sitting there going, "It's like you can't be that lucky," and it's all right. Actually, I want sound on with this one, so here we go. And yes, those sound, we're just not talking at this moment.
So, in what? You want me to pay attention to?
Sorry.
Oh, the new Demon Slayer anime movie's up. Blade Runner, Black Lotus. Oh, that's 3D.
Okay, they're dead.
Why do you say that?
Of the
Because they said they'll be right back.
the updated versions of animes at the moment.
That's not very optimistic.
I've seen enough horror movies and stuff like that to know how this shit plays.
Oh,
A lot of cookie cutter shit that they
See?
do.
Ah. No, I want to know more about
Sparky,
them.
you realize that just as Gen Max, that the KG is pretty much in the older generation.
Yeah, I know.
So that would have been an easy call for him.
It was an easy call for him.
So I mean, like I said, a lot of the new, and I put that in air quotes, anime
like
that you guys have is all cookie cutter.
He's just saying that for the rest of the episode. See, I called it. And I was like, yeah, okay, you called it.
He wants his ego stroked. I mean, he doesn't get that often.
Well, he has to make up for the fuck up he did in Pacific Rim to Black.
Well, no, not just that, but again, he doesn't get a lot of people stroking that ego for himself. I mean, there's only so much that you can do yourself, and when you have somebody else doing it for you, you appreciate the extra mile.
Well, after Penn kind of dropped him or dumped him.
Yeah, I know, very quickly.
No.
I don't even know why.
I know. She just kind of dumped him, and he's just never been the same.
How could you, Pin? Hashtag Pin's fault.
Yeah. Blame Pen. Hashtag blame Pen.
Yeah. And if nobody's noticed, we do have a replacement for Pin. That is Ben.
Apparently, yes. But he hasn't done anything stupid yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's good, but not a full-fledged replacement.
I'm not Canadian.
No, Penn is
Neither
from
is
Florida.
Pin.
Penn's from Florida.
Well, it's Florida friend. That's
There you
something
go. So anytime that she does something kind of foolish, we kind of go, "Oh, she's from Florida."
Yeah,
And Florida man.
Yeah.
Or woman. Or
Yes.
boy.
So
Or girl.
or girl.
Or
Or
it.
Are you trying to gender identify Penn right now? How dare you?
Well,
No,
Or
we're
Florida
just saying
donkey.
Florida person and things.
Oh, usually it's Florida donkey, so.
Yeah, true.
No, it's Florida Gator.
No. Actually, it literally is usually Florida donkey.
Oh.
I know. They like to put the gator up there just to confuse people coming in that are not in the know.
But yeah, usually it's Florida donkey, and that O, quite appropriate.
So you still have an option. You still have a possibility of getting Penn in your harem. Just remember she's not plastic. It may
Or
not.
Florida man and donkey.
Yeah, true. She's not made out of plastic, and she won't fit very well on that bookcase that you have.
Depends how big the bookcase is.
That is true. I'm still trying to figure out where they hit the cocaine on it. Where did they hide the drugs? Yeah, no, he's got a bookcase that I guess he purchased or reclaimed, and he's got a lot of weep shit on it. So it's definitely a lady killer in his room.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's gonna kill a lady. Yep.
Yep.
I like that. I like that meme, Ben. Ewok costume $69. Chewbacca costume $129 dollars. Dressing up to mess with your neighbor's trail camera, priceless.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for today's stream. We're gonna go and call it a day.
Are we?
What? Really? That's it?
Oh no,
We've been
Sparky!
going
Don't
for-
say it's so.
We've been going for 2 hours and 41 minutes.
And it doesn't even feel like an hour.
I know. It only feels like we just got here.
Yeah, it's because Penn's not here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all agree on that one.
That I can totally agree on. Good move on removing her from the title card.
yeah. Always got him.
Yeah, didn't take him that well.
I'm never gonna let that go. I'm not even gonna let go of the factor that she did not notice it until I pointed it out.
Mm-hmm. God damn it, Sparky!
That was a priceless moment.
Yeah, somebody screen capped that one.
I wouldn't put it past it if Winsley would have done it.
Okay. So with that, thank you for joining, everyone. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, hit the like button and all that good stuff. Still working out the ins and outs for the new channel for Anime Watch Club. I'm still fiddling around with what I want to do. Hopefully this new schedule change will allow me to have some time in the morning to actually work on shit like that. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Basically, same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah, pretty much. Take care, everyone.
Okay.
Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke weed every day.
Doing that here soon.